Balls come out of my hand okay. Just wasn't able to put us in a position to win, which I feel like is our job, is the job of starting pitching, like I said. And B, they just beat me. They beat me, and they beat us, and I don't like that.
In a big market before, I didn't love hearing that.
Don't get a ton of confidence from that.
No. So we can get to that in a moment. It's Jones and Keefe from the Catches Law Injury Attorney Studios. No fee unless you win. We're going to check in with the Wild Thing.
Wild Thing.
About 10 minutes from now, it is a 12:40 pregame, 1:40 first pitch out in Minnesota. Red Sox. Yes.
There he is.
Red Sox with a bunch of, it felt like lows last night, a season full of lows. But I agree. Sonny Gray, I was feeling pretty good after his last couple of starts, Keefe.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? He was great against Milwaukee.
And, he didn't pitch well last night, but I wasn't completely out on him based on the way he pitched. I'm like, okay, Minnesota's, who knows?
They're cooking something up.
Who knows what they're doing in that stadium, which, again, that's not sour grapes like the Red Sox did that in one World Series, for God's sakes. Their manager's the best at it. So, I don't think I'm not mad about it. I understand maybe there's a little something going on with the Twins and the way Gray's pitching. Listening to him after the game, I was like, "Oh no!" He balked right away because he was having trouble with the pitch comm.
Yeah, that was a weird spot.
Listening to him did not, as you just said, did not inspire any confidence.
No, it didn't, and it's like you can't really get too much momentum going with any of these starting pitchers, right? Like Garrett Crochet has the worst start he's ever had in his life after started the season really good, then he's had another one that wasn't great, so it's like 50-50 for him, and like the bad being extremely bad. Bale and Suarez started so poorly, then they had a good one, so we'll see if they can build on that. And then Sonny Gray was not very good in his Red Sox debut. Then back-to-back home games, he looked really good. He went 6 innings, 2 runs, and then 6 1/3 scoreless against Milwaukee. And you're like, all right, this is the guy. Because I'd say he kind of flew under the radar with the offseason. There was so much attention on what are they going to do with Bregman, right? There was so much Bregman talk. And then there was Pete Alonso talk. Really, there was a lot of us doing that. But then they ended up with Wilson Contreras, Ranger Suarez a little bit later, even Durbin. I feel like all those guys got more attention than Sonny Gray did.
I think that's accurate.
He kind of was like, all right, I think
Sonny
he's
Gray.
going to be fine.
There was like the day they acquired him, we talked about it, and then we all kind of moved on with our lives. There wasn't like a ton of Sonny Gray.
He interrupted a great tiers. We were tiering all dog breeds, and they added Sonny Gray. And he kind of
that is what it was. He ruined the dog breeds.
He did. So I still blame him a little bit for that.
And then we played his clip with Greg when he was just going on and on and on about the trees.
Yeah, the Lorax. Sonny Gray loves trees. But those 2 starts, both at Fenway Park, were encouraging. And then this one, you're like, oh, man. And maybe it will end up being a Minnesota thing. I don't know. But now add him to the list of guys that you're just not really sure how it's going to go.
I'm telling you, and almost all of it was just the aesthetic. I was like half paying attention to Red Sox postgame last night. It was after that Hornets game, that fantastic NBA play-in game.
There was a lot happening last night.
I flipped back over to the postgame because I did want to hear if Duran was speaking. I wanted to hear what Cora had to say. So I got some Red Sox postgame on in the background. And I didn't really care what Gray had to say, to be honest, quite frankly. I was just kind of listening to it, working.
and you're like, oh, no.
Well, no, it just like caught my ear. I wasn't really even like actively watching. I was very passively watching on my phone or doing whatever I was doing. And it like drew me in because it was so disconcerting. So that's a guy who struggled in a big market, and he sounded like it last night after the game, and I didn't love that. But I think we're missing some of the other lows last night. Keith, here's the list for you beyond Gray getting smacked around. You had Wilson Contreras get hurt out of the lineup today. You have today's abysmal lineup.
The lineup is insane.
Which I know the Wild thing, we're going to talk about that in pregame because the Wild thing has thoughts on that and wants our thoughts on that during pregame.
Can do.
But too long didn't read. It's bad. And there's no Abreu in there, even with Contreras out of there, which I think is just foolish. So he gets hurt. Duran's flipping the bird to the crowd. And not to defend the fan in Minnesota that allegedly told Duran to kill himself. I don't defend that fan. That fan should be kicked out. Mm-hmm. But Duran's got to be better than react to every fan who says something to him sideways by flipping them off. It's not the first time. On some level, it's growth. He's not hurling racial epithets, or epithets at people.
Making changes.
But on top of that, he's flipping the bird
to fight him like the
people.
other guy in the field that one time.
And really more slur than epithet, I guess, is what he was doing a year ago. But on some level, that's growth. You have that last night. You have the offense stinking it up. against not a great pitcher at all.
No, he looked good though.
In Mick Abel, they struck out 10
A
plus
million
times
strikeouts,
again.
like as they always do.
You have the horrible Monasterio challenge last night.
That might be my favorite. If I had to boil it down to one thing, I think it would be. And I know there was like a 2-out bunt in there. There was you mentioned the balk and the Sonny Gray,
the Durbin bunt, the balk from Gray. But yeah, the Monasterio
my
challenge
favorite
was
thing
bad.
is your worst hitter. Now maybe your second worst because Caleb Durbin's still on the team. So like your second worst hitter, the guy with the fewest at bats. And he's only in the game because of injury. So as much as Cora's trying to shoehorn all these outfielders into the lineup every day and try to keep everybody fresh, the one guy that's clearly the last guy on the roster, the last guy to make the team, Andrew Monasterio, who's back in the lineup today because of the Contreras injury.
Yeah.
Right down the middle, takes called strike 3, and he immediately challenges it. In the 6th inning, they have 2 challenges. He blows a challenge there on like a nothing thing. Like, what were you going to do with that? It's a horrible challenge, not even close. I don't know what Cora has told the guys. Like, is it possible that he told them, hey, don't challenge, and then he just challenged anyway? I mean, maybe. Or is he not coaching that part up?
Well, I think recently, because
they've kind of gone away from it.
Well, they're horrible at it, but recently I feel like Cora did get through to him because
they weren't doing it as
I feel like they hadn't been challenging, and maybe because they toned it down, he went back to giving the green light, or maybe Monasterio's just not listening. I have no idea.
But
that was
can't
brutal.
challenge that.
The catcher on Minnesota immediately was like shaking his head.
He's like, what?
Not a chance. Middlebrooks on the broadcast is like, it's very much a strike, or whatever he said.
Because I want to say 95% of the challenges that we've seen thus far, they show the graphic. Yeah, and it like just touches the corner or like the line or just misses. And they even show you it's like 0.2 like inches away from like being a strike or a ball. This one was like center cut. Like perfect. There actually, you know what? I take it back. There was the other way, right? Where teams have challenged the umpire. Like he would say it was like a ball, and you're like, it was right down the plate.
Yeah.
But not a hitter.
No,
I've never seen a hitter.
Yeah, C.V. Buckner had the umpires have some really bad ones,
yeah.
true. And
but
then
not
those
this.
get challenged. Nothing has been like this.
Like, and then you're sitting there as the hitter, and you're looking up at the jumbo screen. And you see that the whole play season, all 15 fans sprinkled about Minnesota see that. You get a good reaction from like most crowds.
When you say middle, like it's true. If the strike zone were just that middle cut, not in the 9 quad or whatever they are, the 9 boxes there in Ted Williams' hitting zone or whatever.
Yeah, this was middle.
On this, it would have been a strike in just that middle square.
He's like, take a look at that challenge.
So they're just so not locked in, and yeah, I don't know what they're going to do about it. I thought they had turned a corner going into Minnesota. Stupid me. They won 2 out of 3 against the Brewers.
We talked about this after the first series.
They won 2 out of 3, and the series after that, they had won 4 out of 5 total. They still haven't beaten an American League team yet.
Well, today's the day.
Is it?
Well, no, I don't think so. Minnesota knows a pitch is coming. Minnesota's been on it.
They tend to hit these lefties pretty well,
I'm worried about my guy Connolly early today. He needs a good one.
I understand that.
Because with that lineup, he needs to be perfect. He's going to have to he's to throw a gem today.
It's in the mix for the worst lineup of the year, which is saying something.
Yeah.
With this team.
A lot of contenders.
So we'll get to that and more. Final game of this road trip. Fingers crossed they go 500 on it. I know Alex Cora certainly feels that way. We'll check in with the Wild Thing. Joe Weil, get your game ready. Keefe and I are going to hang out for a little bit during Red Sox pregame, leading up to the Red Sox and the Twins at 1:40 here on WEEI.
This broadcast is presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the Bet365 app and lock in your picks before the game begins. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in select states only.
This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Now, here's Joe Weil.
It's been a nightmarish 2 days in Minnesota, but the Sox still have a chance to clinch a 500 road trip as they look to salvage the series finale against the Minnesota Twins at Target Field. From the WEEI Red Sox studios in Boston, I'm Joe Weil, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Well, the Sox followed up a blowout with a shutout loss last night to drop to 6-11 now in the season. Boston is tied for the worst record in the sport with the Rockies, Giants, and White Sox. Meanwhile, Minnesota on the other side, 11-7, good for the best mark in the American League, and nothing went right for the Sox against the Twins last night. And of course, just in this series, the Twins have outscored Boston 19-6 so far through the first 2 games of this 3-game set. And offensively, the Sox weren't able to touch the Twins yesterday. They had 6 total hits. They didn't get a runner past second until the 8th inning, or past first until the 8th inning, and nobody reached third at any point. Wilson Contreras, he had to leave the game because of lower back tightness, and that doesn't cover Andrew Monasterio's challenge strike 3 call on a pitch that was in the zone by a couple of inches. On the pitching side, Boston got another short outing from a starter, which does lead us to the play of last night's game, brought to you by Nissan. Every Nissan is designed for people who refuse to settle for less. So take life by the wheel and drive it like you mean it. Visit nissanusa.com or your local dealer.
First pitch of the bottom of the third is an absolute bomb off the bat of Byron Buxton. He launches one into the 5th row. Moonshot. Second straight day with a homer, and it's 2-0 Minnesota.
Yeah, so solo shot for Byron Buxton. He had a heck of a day. 4 hits, 2 homers, 4 runs scored. Gray in total, he went 4 innings and allowed 5 runs on 9 hits, and he only struck out 1 batter while walking 1. And Red Sox starters this year, they're tied for 21st in innings pitched, but they rank 26th in Ks per 9 with 6.47, 46 strikeouts per 9. They're also 26th right now in Fangraphs wins above replacement. And then you think about that Crochet outing to start off this series, that has ballooned the ERA in part. As a whole, the starting rotation ERA is 28th right now in Major League Baseball. And if this trend continues, it's going to be trouble for the Sox because they're 0-11 when their starting pitchers last fewer than 6 innings of work. And they're also 0-7 when the opposing team scores first. And as Sonny Gray said it last night, this is a bad time for a team like the Sox to catch the Twins.
I do know they're hot. That's just a fact. And, I wanted to come in and shut them down. And, when a team's hot, you miss or you get behind or you get in hitters counts more often than not. They're going to do damage, especially when a team's hot. And I just tried to just continue to compete. I knew I didn't have it, but I just tried to continue to compete. And I feel like I was doing okay. And then one swing in the 4th, it brings in 2 runs. I just kept thinking in my head, you're 1 pitch away, make a pitch. You're 1 pitch away, make a pitch. And I just wasn't able to make that pitch.
Now, he sure wasn't. And Minnesota has now won 8 of their last 9, but the Sox are hoping to put a stop to that in the Twins' 4-game winning streak today here in the series finale. And today's first pitch is coming up at 1:40, and today's pitching matchup is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody. And it's a matchup of mid-20s pitchers as the Sox, they'll send out the left-hander Connolly Early, 24 years old, against the 25-year-old right-hander Simeon Woods Richardson. Early's ERA down to start this year. It's at 2.63. That being said, he has gone less than 5 innings in each of his last 2 starts. Overall, no record in 3 starts with that 2.63 ERA, but he's only tossed 13 2/3 innings pitched. And then Woods Richardson, he's in his 3rd season really in the rotation full-time for the Twins. He has allowed 16 hits and 8 runs over 15 2/3 innings. He is 0-2 with an ERA of 4.60, so he doesn't strike out a ton of guys either. And we'll see if the Sox offense can find a way to bust through. And I know 2 guys that are super optimistic still
That's
about
us.
the way things are going.
Wow,
Adam Jones, Rich Keefe in the house still with me, boys. So the lineup today, I want to start there.
Oof.
You guys were talking about it before we hopped on here on the network coverage. No Abreu, no Contreras, no Durbin.
Well, that's
Who's
good.
gotten off to a slow start.
Yeah, that's good.
What does today's lineup say to you about the state of the team?
I mean, they're chasing their tails, I guess. Like they don't have anybody really going. So William Abreu started the year, he was going. Then Wilson Contreras was picking it up from there, and so you had 2 guys that you could say are having good seasons at the plate. 2, maybe Yoshida. I guess it's a lot of singles and stuff like that, but so maybe him. And so now you're grasping at it. Contreras gets hurt, so he's out. Cora continues to go with this like self-imposed rotation for different players where he's like, oh, I got to get Roman Anthony out of the game so to get somebody else in. I got to get Jarren Duran out. So today, even with Contreras out, he's taking William Abreu out. So now two of your guys the only two guys that are hitting are out. So now you look at what's left, and it's a bunch of guys hitting under 200. It's a bunch of guys with 0 or 1 home runs on the season. I don't know. Like, you can move these guys up and down all the line. It doesn't really matter. It's just the guys who are out there, none of them are performing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you could say maybe it's an organizational thing. It's not just Cora, where Breslow or baseball ops are mandating early in the year to get guys extra days. But to me, this has been a similar complaint. Like, Roman Anthony never should have sat that day in St. Louis. It was off day, or he had an off day prior. He didn't need another off day on top of that. I'd say the same thing about Abreu today. There's an off day tomorrow. He doesn't need to be out of the lineup. I know he hasn't sat all day. And even if this was planned prior to yesterday, the second Wilson Contreras is hurt and probably out of the lineup today, which I do have no problem with. He's not 100%. Give him a day. Even if it was promised to Wilyer Abreu, you got to go to him and say, hey, we're going to make it up to you at another point. We'll do it later on in the year. I need you today. We don't have Contreras. I need you today. And they're not doing that. And that's frustrating to me. And even if it was Abreu in there, I probably wouldn't like the lineup today. No Durbin is interesting because I don't need Durbin in there every day, but I also don't like when it's Monasterio and Kiner Falefa in there.
But he was hitting second for like 4 or 5 games
now he's
straight.
out of the lineup.
And now he's not even in the lineup.
No, the lineup's a disaster, and some of it might be a protest from Cora about his roster. But today, Abreu out of the lineup, there is no excuse for it.
Well, the roster breakdown obviously is very clear when, in the eyes of Cora, he has 5 everyday outfielders fighting for 4 spots when you throw in the DH. And maybe I give too much of credit to Marcelo Meyer, so maybe let's remove him from the list. You probably have 2 everyday infielders, right? Wilson Contreras and Trevor Story. And so when one of those guys is out, you basically have 3 non-everyday players forced into your lineup today. And I think Meyer will come out of it. I have faith in Meyer. He obviously is the one with the high ceiling, but Monasterio and Kiner Falefa and Durbin, those are all 3 of those guys are like bench utility players. And now you have 2 of them in your starting lineup today. One of them's batting 6th after having the worst ABS challenge in the history of ABS challenges yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty demoralizing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Monasterio should be out of the lineup just for that.
Yeah.
Like he should be out of the lineup just for that. Which should have given Durbin the nod, or somebody the nod anyway.
But who else will
in the
play
lineup.
first base?
Well,
I
Kiner
guess.
Falefa has. I mean,
Okay, I guess you could put
he's
him
played over there.
He's
so
playing third today,
Right.
for those that don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, to me, you just brought this up with Durbin. Durbin goes from batting second to out of the lineup altogether. Yoshida goes from out of the lineup to batting third. Like, it's kind of wild, the swings in there where, I mean, I think that's the manager's purview. Maybe there's more people involved in it, and I'm not giving enough credit to Breslow and baseball ops, but like those are just wild, dramatic, and I think unnecessary swings day to day with the lineup.
How much do you guys feel for Cora, though, that he has these decisions to make as it's related to the outfield, where these guys are...
I don't think it's much of a decision, to be honest. I don't have much sympathy. Most days I would have Yoshida out. I would have Anthony in left. He's in right today, which is a whole other thing. God knows how that's going to play.
DH.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
You said Anthony
sorry,
left. I have Duran
Anthony and DH,
So
Duran left.
So, Rich, you're so spooked by what's happened.
Yeah,
that you just want him
it's
there.
looked really bad, and I'll just let him focus on hitting. 'Cause I think he's going to be a great hitter, and maybe one day he's back in the outfield, and maybe one day Breslow trades one of these outfielders. But for the time being, I think Jones and I agree. I'd go Duran, Rafaela, Abreu in the outfield. I'd have Roman Anthony DH. I'd have Yoshida play occasionally, but I wouldn't try to shoehorn him in there. Like, if all those guys, those 4 guys,
he's a pinch hitter, and when guys need a day,
pinch hit for Durbin or pinch hit for the catcher or whatever late in the game when a righty's on the mound, or all those other guys are going to take over the course of the season maybe 10 games off. So that's another 40 games. It just seems like now we had an issue with it last week when you had a day off and then you start Thursday against Dustin May and Roman Anthony isn't in the lineup. I thought that was odd. So, yeah, I don't feel bad for him at all. I would sit Yoshida for the most part. And then, I think another decision he has to make, which is really a back burner decision now, would be get Story out of short, let Meyer play short, put Story back at second, try to improve your infield defense a little bit. But, yeah, I don't really feel that bad for him.
No, I think it's easy, honestly. And sorry, Yoshida, I guess you got to manage that, personality or let him know he's going to sit.
Fine.
But I mean, to me, you play those 4, and I misspoke. I want Anthony at DH. That doesn't mean he needs to be a DH for the rest of his career. But until he shows he can throw, you can't have him out there. And so I would have him as a DH. That doesn't mean he can never play the outfield again. But until he proves, and they're there forever, you know this, Joe. They're there forever before these games, shagging fly balls and go. He should do all that before the game. Until he can throw accurately and prove it there, I don't need him anywhere near the outfield.
It is super interesting because you think of all the ways that this team can be anxiety provoking. Roman Anthony throwing was not one that I had on my bingo card.
No, I was not considering that.
And it's sort of it's not like topic A right now based on all the issues that they're having, but it's obviously something that we're talking about. I think what's super interesting is you guys talking about Masataka Yoshida in the outfield mess. To me, is he was actually rolling for a bit. And he comes into this game with a 500 on-base percentage. So he's reached in 16 of his 32 plate appearances. My mental math there, right? But I think what's interesting is he was hitting pretty well, and then he was out of the lineup for a couple days. And so you take out a bat that's actually doing something for you in a lineup that for the most part the season hasn't done much. And then you kind of get him out of rhythm. And they asked him a couple days ago, like, what is this like for you? He's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not used to this. And obviously through an interpreter. But to me, that is like in part one of the 30 microcosm issues of this roster right now.
Yeah.
None of it seems to work.
But also, I don't know. I don't think it should be.
I agree with that, by the way.
No,
the roster does not fit and hasn't fit from day one. So, I mean, that's totally fair.
And maybe we or I anointed him too soon, but I just feel like Roman Anthony's healthy. He's an everyday player. And you can argue DH or left field doesn't matter. He's an everyday player. So, like, but Coro's sort of looking at it like, well, I got to, like, rotate all these guys. No, they're not all the same. Like, they're not all on the same playing field. So if Willie Abreu's hot as a pistol, keep him in. If Cedon Rafael is starting to hit, keep him in. So now maybe the platoon becomes Duran and Yoshida until, Duran gets going or something like that. But you got to be able to make it fit. There is weird times where he is taking guys out. And then to Jones's point earlier, too, like the actual order of the lineup doesn't seem to make any sense from day to day. Because it's like, well, we can't move this guy down because it's too early. But then, like, 4 games in a row, you'll be like ping-ponging guys left and right. So it's like, it's okay. Teams do change their lineup. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's been a mess. It
really has. We thought they dug themselves out of it a little bit, but these last 2 games and the manner in which they've lost the last 2 games is deflating.
I know the Twins are playing well, really well in their ballpark,
really
suspiciously. Like, too good.
Mm-hmm.
But
what is it, Fromber? They've beaten Fromber, Crochet,
Scooble.
Scooble. Yeah,
They crushed them.
Yeah,
all three.
all three.
So, T's and P's to Connolly early here today. But, like, the Twins are better than I thought. I'll give them that. But I still thought coming into this series, they'd won 4 out of 5. They had beaten Milwaukee 2 out of 3. They had beaten St. Louis 2 out of 3. Run differentials back to 0. The last time through the rotation before Crochet pitched, the ERA was like 5 earned in 29 innings, something like that. The ERA was in the 1s. The offense seemed like it was heating up, which even until last night, even in the Crochet game, the offense was pretty good. 10 hits and 6 runs. So I felt like they had dug out of something. Clearly, that was premature because they're probably worse off than they even were.
We're gonna have to dip out here in a little bit, but before I let you guys go, does 6-12? I mean, if they lose again today, I know it's still early, obviously, but does that, like, does just seeing the 6 wins, 12 losses, does that?
I think I'm already there. Like the last 2, I think it's 6-11. I'm already there.
Yeah.
Like I had talked myself back in. These last 2 games are really disconcerting and knee buckling. So.
And it's like already every starter has had at least one stinker. Like every starter has had a really bad game thus far, and nobody's hitting. Tough combination.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I want them to win. 500 I know Cora's trying to play up after the game last night.
You could sell it that way, I guess.
500 on the road trip. It's not great, but we did what we had to do. That's a way to spin it, I guess. And so try to spin it that way. But yeah, I'd rather the win than the loss, but I'm kind of already there at 6-11.
Yeah. Well, they need a good start from Connolly early. Again, it seems as though 6 innings is the key for this team. You pitch, you get 6 innings out of your starter, you're in a good spot. Guys, the good thing is I get to see you both. We didn't get any comments about me being Adam Jones's son.
Oh,
they did say that I was a little too much chest here with the
too much Hamburg Wild thing. Yeah,
it's warm out there.
Yeah.
It's warm out there. I get it.
That's
it. True.
All right, Adam, Rich, appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thanks for sticking around. Adam Jones and Rich Keefe. Again, this is the Mass Mutual pregame show, and you can watch the Red Sox pregame show here on Twitch, as some people are. Just follow WEI. Brought to you by Subaru of New England. Let love bloom in a 2026 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And coming up in about 10 minutes, Will Fleming sits down with Red Sox manager Alex Cora. That conversation brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Ford, the official vehicle of that dirty water and the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. But coming up next, we're going to hear Rob Bradford's Baseball Isn't Boring 2-minute grill with a guy that we were hoping would be a part of the Red Sox last year and this year, and that's Joe Ryan, who, of course, is still with the Twins. That conversation's coming up next. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Instacart shopper notes make it easy to get the fish you want, which means you can write super specific notes about your fish, like,
Whitefish, fresh from the stall. Firm to the touch, no smell at all. Skin off, bones out, thick, not thin. Bring the sea to my kitchen.
I did say right, but hey, that was catchy. Want seafood just how you like? Download the Instacart app and get particular with shopper notes.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I'm Susie Welch, the host of Becoming You, a podcast where I help you stop living by default and start living by design. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
Now back to number one fan, the search for the top Sox diehard.
I have a tattoo of every Sox logo since 1908. Want to see?
I know every batter's walk-up song.
My husband proposed, and then a foul ball broke my nose. It was perfect.
Sound familiar? Enter Mass Mutual's Grand Slam giveaway for a shot at tickets and signed gear. For rules and entry, visit massmutual.com/Red Sox. No purchase necessary. 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus ends 5 p.m. Eastern on 9/30. Grand prize entry period through 7/31/2026.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Wild with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios as we get you ready for Red Sox versus Twins. The Sox looking to salvage this series finale in Minnesota and earn their first win against an AL opponent this year. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, well, coming into this season, when you thought about the Twins, if you're a Red Sox fan, you were thinking about Joe Ryan and still thinking about how last year it looked like there was a possibility that the Sox could acquire him at the trade deadline. Obviously, that didn't happen. There was a hope that still in the offseason the Sox would find a way to acquire him. That obviously didn't happen either, as he's still with Minnesota. He's already made 4 starts, and he's 2-1 with a 3.80 ERA. So he's the guy that didn't necessarily get away, just the guy that never ultimately got into the fold. And Joe Ryan today is the star of the Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill, presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. And here is Rob Bradford with the Twins ace, Joe Ryan.
You know, you go through last year, the deadline, you go through this offseason, and, you know, every front office treats that sort of thing differently in terms of communication with players. What was it like for you?
I mean, we had the baby, and I was excited for the WBC, and I think the buzz around that was whatever it was. It's the off season. I thought it was probably good for baseball to just have a lot of media stuff going on. Maybe I don't usually pay attention to that stuff, and so it was just like I would see some things here and there, but I was worried about it at all. And I think the front office did a good job handling that, and I didn't really. It wasn't a problem or anything, and I didn't really.
I think you handle it pretty well.
I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's like you're just listening to things, and that's about it.
Well, I was going to say at the All-Star game, the I don't know if it was planned. The pitcher walking side by side with Crochet and Bregman.
Definitely not planned.
Definitely
not. No, definitely not planned. But that was funny.
But again, you handled it well. This is part of the evolution, and the most important thing is having the family evolving. And you have a good home here.
It's great. No, they've been great, and Tom's doing a really good job. He's in camp now, and I think he's going to be here for a while down in spring. So, it's great to see everyone again. And I mean, we have a great staff and a great group here. And no, I wasn't like seeking a trade by any means. I don't want to get traded in that way. So it's like, I think you're just kind of listening to the noise. And I think the fun or whatever I want to say about that is more just like you don't really have control over that situation. So it's just, you have to be open to like, hey, anything can happen, but at the same time, like, I'm going to stay where my feet are at and enjoy my time in Minnesota and try to win as many games as we can and be the last team on the field.
And so Joe Ryan is still a Minnesota Twin. You guys obviously already knew that, but of course the Sox, they made that effort to try to get him at the deadline last year. It didn't happen. The Twins were looking for Jarren Duran and some high-level prospects as well, but ultimately the two sides did not come together. Ryan is still a member of the Twins. And how about Minnesota's start to the year? 11-7, the best record in the American League. Obviously, for them, they're only through 18 games of the season. That's not something that we expected. This was expected to be a rebuilding team, and obviously it's still early, but that being said, Minnesota playing really well in this series, as well as how well they've played this entire season. Looking for the sweep today against the Red Sox, but Boston turns to Connolly early and a different looking lineup. We'll see how it ultimately unfolds with a 140 first pitch. Coming up next, Will Fleming sits down with Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and that is presented by your New England Ford dealers. Boston entering this game 6-11 on the season, and they're 3-8 on the road. So off to a pretty decent start at Fenway Park, obviously at 3-3, but all their wins came against National League teams, so hoping that they can get their first victory against an American League club. I'm Joe Weil. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager. Hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. It's Deck Days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Allstate is Massachusetts' trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the state, from Boston to the Berkshires. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Mulch Week is back at Lowe's, so you know what time it is. Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch. 5 bags for just $10. And when you want to add a personal touch, get something special for your garden with select 1-pint annuals for $2 for a limited time. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
At some health systems, cancer care can make you feel like a number. At South Coast Health Cancer Care, you're more than a diagnosis. We offer the most advanced treatments and the latest surgical advancements, led by a connected team of experts who not only see your cancer, but all of you. Because healing isn't just medicine, it's compassion, it's connection, it's care that knows your story and walks along with you. We are South Coast Health Cancer Care. Visit southcoast.org/cancercare.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Search Engine. We try to make sense of the world, one question at a time. No question too big, no question too small. We will even answer your questions if you send them in. Stuff like, what happens when a cemetery goes out of business? What should we do about teens using AI to do their homework? Who buys luggage at the airport luggage store? Follow and listen to Search Engine in partnership with Odyssey, wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios. Boston's looking for a victory to close out this 6-game road trip. So far, 2-3 on the road trip. Of course, they took 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals, but they have dropped the first 2 games in pretty convincing fashion against Minnesota. And before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, for the official vehicle of that dirty water and the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. And here's Alex Cora with our very own Will Fleming.
Game 3 in Minnesota with the manager, Alex Cora. And we'll get into last night and what's going on with Contreras and the injuries in your lineup. But today's Jackie Robinson Day. And I thought you just said something really moving about what it means to you, but also the continued struggle. I mean, Jaron has an incident last night. What is it like for you being in this ultimate spotlight as a manager, overseeing players who feel that every single day in the world that we currently live in?
No, it's not easy, and you just gotta, quote unquote, humanize yourself, right? And just be there for them. I got a job to do. We all know that, right? And right now it's not going our way. But besides that, you have to detach the whole Red Sox manager and be AC, be Alex, and just be a friend, be quote unquote a dad, a mentor. And it's not easy. I'm not in the shoes of elite athletes, right? And you don't know what they're going through, right? And yesterday, I found out about Jaron's situation when I was doing my media after the game. I had no idea. He didn't open up at the moment, and then you become a mentor, a friend, and a sounding board, which is the most important thing, right? We don't know we don't know how it feels to be in his situation, right? And the more we listen, the better it is. And I know the Red Sox and everybody that is part of this organization has his back. And like I said before, hopefully we can find whoever did it, right? And hopefully it's the last game that person is going to attend.
You've developed such a relationship of trust with him. And the one thing I disagreed with that he said last night was regretting that he came out with it. I think that was the best thing he could ever do. Is that something you're going to talk to him about, in spite of idiots who might yell at him from the stands?
No, it's hard. It's hard because he knows that he's being judged because of his reaction, right? But like I said last year, this kid is saving lives, right? In this platform, there's a lot of people that have struggles, right, and struggle every day, right, and they don't open up. And we've seen it through the years, how impactful it is, and we have seen guys that have struggled throughout, and they have taken their lives away, right? And we've seen it. So for him to open up, I said it last year, hands down, Roberto Clemente Award winner because of what he did, and we're working towards that. But opening it up, I thought it was amazing. It was very moving. It was the right thing to do, and we're gonna support him.
No easy segue from all that important stuff, but on the field, any update on Wilson?
Just tight, and we'll take care of him today, and he'll get treatment tomorrow, and hopefully he'll be ready for Friday.
You really reshuffle the lineup, obviously, because he's not in the cleanup spot. You need that left-right. Cedon goes up and hits second. How did you come up with today's lineup?
Where we at right now, it really doesn't matter, the order. It's just quality of the at-bats, right? And we had 2 good games in St. Louis. The first one here was good. Yesterday wasn't great, and we need our right-handed hitters to get going. That's the reality of it. We need everybody to get going, and just put good at bats, move guys over, run the bases well. We haven't been able to use our athleticism the first 2 weeks of the season. That's something we talk about in spring training and the off season. So we got to put pressure on the opposition, like I said before, Cedon hitting second, 9, 7 is about good at bats, get on, put pressure on the opposition, and go from there.
What'd you see from Sonny last night?
Getting ahead and then stay ahead. I think that's if you look at the series, and they've done an amazing job throughout the season. I only mentioned a few lefties, right? Crochet, Framber, and Skubal, Rogers too, with Baltimore early on. And they're not chasing too many pitches. So if they're not chasing when you're 0-1, keep going. You just get them to 0-2. I think as far as like being ahead, they're 1 for 14 when we're ahead in the count. Besides that, they've been hitting the ball hard, fastballs, breaking balls, changeups. It really doesn't matter. But when they are in the driver's seat, they're doing an amazing job.
It's crazy. You caught the Astros at the worst possible time with Alvarez, Correa, and Altuve all hot. It feels like similarly here in Minnesota, their hitters are locked in, and it does start with Buxton. What have you seen from a guy who is one of the great talents in the game?
Like I said yesterday, when he's healthy and playing like that, with joy and running the bases the way he is, it's fun to watch, quote unquote, as a baseball fan, right? As a manager, it's not fun, and when he's healthy, if you look at their track record, regardless now with their roster, no Correa and some of the dudes that they had in the past, they've been really good, when he's on the field. And they've been amazing throughout the years, taking care of him so he gets to this point. And right now he's doing a great job for them.
Alex, we know that you always like your clubhouse to sort of solve its own things, but our market gets so loud, and in a season that's not started the way you want it, do you alter your willingness to kind of talk to young players more often in a season that starts like this?
Every season is different, and we attack it in different ways, right? And I think people what they want to know is like, are we having a closed door meeting? That's the bottom line.
Flipping over the spread, all that stuff.
I like the food, I'm not going to do that. And we touch bases every single day. Yeah. You see it here. Bells is with the pitchers. Flo is with the infielders. Hud is working with the outfielders. We have the hitters meeting. So you always have moments to touch bases with them. You got to be very careful too. I think if you meet too many times, it gets tired, right? It doesn't move the needle the way it should, right? So I think at the end we just got to play better. We got to make better decisions in the dugout, and hopefully today's the day, and we can have a happy flight.
Some very encouraging signs from Roman, wouldn't you say, at the plate last couple days?
It started with the walks, controlling the strike zone. Even there was a strikeout in St. Louis, a 3-2 sinker, backdoor that just dudded, the outside part of the plate. It's a pitch that you cannot do much with it, right? And he thought it was a little bit off. It was a strike, but the swing decision was the right one. And the more pitches he sees, the better he is. The more he walks, the more locked in he's going to be. And right now, he's swinging the bat well.
You talked last year about how his freakish talent is the ability to make adjustments in a game, in an at-bat, in a season. Seemed like early this year he was seeing so much spin away from him, kind of like backdoor cutters and sliders. Have you seen him kind of turn the tables on that at all?
Using the other side of the field, too. That's the most important thing. He did it yesterday against their lefty, which is very important. And he's going to start hitting the ball in the air, and the fun is going to start. But I think right now, like I tell them, when you don't feel great, I think working the count is very important. It's not that you're going to be very patient and be 0-2, 1-2, because it's very hard to hit with 2 strikes, but swing at the right ones. If it's a pitch that you're not looking for, just take it, and these guys are really good at what they do on the mound, but at the same time, they pitch to the edges of the zone, and you can be 2-0, 3-1 very quick if you're patient.
Lastly, Connolly is on the mound today. You've had to get into your bullpen in ways that you might not have wanted to in this series. What do you need from Connolly?
Just be efficient. I think the stuff is really good. His stars have been up and down, let's put it that way, because of the pitch count. But as far as like pitchability, he's really good. I think the message today is like get ahead and keep going. Don't deviate, don't get out of zone. Just keep attacking and see what happens.
Actually, as you know, I often lie that it's the last one. Jack Anderson was awesome. What was the moment like putting him in the game in that spot and seeing him have that moment for himself?
He made my night. It was fun to see kids come here and perform that way. Like I always said, he's a big leaguer for life now. Nobody can take that away from him. What he did in that inning was amazing, and it was a fun night for him.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much, Alex.
Thank you.
All right, that's Alex Cora with our very own Will Fleming. And yeah, that really was the lone highlight of last night, what ended up being a shutout loss for the Red Sox against the Twins. They try to salvage the finale today, and you can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Let love bloom in a 2026 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. We will wrap up our pregame coverage right after this. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
It's only getting every customer's order right. It's only a point-of-sale system connected by Spectrum fiber-powered business internet, helping you track hundreds of secure transactions. And it's all backed by 24/7 US-based customer support and local technicians. It's only everything. Get Business Internet Advantage free, forever, when you get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. Visit spectrum.com/free for life to find out how. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Bottles are filling, and payroll's next. Whoa, what the?
I'm you, with more gusto.
What's with the leather jacket?
It's kind of my new vibe. Which, by the way, switch to Gusto for payroll.
Switch? Oh, that's always such a headache.
With Gusto, it's effortless. Kind of like looking cool in this jacket. Payroll, benefits, even 401k. Simple.
Can I try it on?
Gusto? Sure. The jacket?
No.
Switch to effortless payroll. Choose a future with Gusto.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Why does it feel like nobody really gives us the inside scoop? Join us on The Powers That Be, the podcast where insiders from Puck break down who has influence, how they use it, and what it actually means for you. New episodes every weekday. Listen to The Powers That Be, wherever you get your podcasts.
Let love bloom in the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback, featuring symmetrical all-wheel drive, advanced safety features, and a bold new look.
Buy with 3.9% financing or lease for just $365 per month. All things grow with love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
CBS knows where you get your medicine matters. It matters every day and every night. It matters that we're not just in your community, but we're part of it, making sure everyone feels welcomed and rewarded. It matters that we're here for what the doctor prescribed, and also just what the doctor ordered. Welcome to CVS, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
What's up? It's Draymond Green. I'm back for my 14th NBA season, and my podcast, The Draymond Green Show, is back too. This season, I'm breaking down games, reacting to the biggest NBA stories, and sitting down with teammates, rivals, and culture shapers. And trust me, I'm not holding back, on the court or on the mic. 2 new episodes every week, new segments, big conversations, real basketball talk for the real hoop heads. Listen to and follow The Draymond Green Show wherever you get your podcasts. We're back, we're better, let's get it.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. We are roughly 20 minutes out from first pitch, Red Sox versus Twins. And it's time now for a grab and go presented by the Bee's Knees Benefits app. Here's Brad Foe with an update on today's most important Sox news.
It's time for the grab and go. A quick look at the biggest Red Sox storylines of the day. Here's Rob Bradford.
All right, it's time to grab and go once again. The big news in baseball today, Kevin McGonigal, the top rookie prospect from the Detroit Tigers, agrees to an 8-year, $150 million deal. That, of course, follows Connor Griffin, who was just ahead of McGonigal in the prospect rankings at number 1. He signed a 9-year, $140 million deal, and that, of course, comes after last season's agreement with the Red Sox, Roman Anthony, 8 years, $130 million. These are the deals that are getting done all over the place in baseball and worth a further conversation. Speaking of further conversations, Anthony, we have to keep talking about him in the field today. He's in right field for the first time all season, second straight appearance in the field after 3 straight starts at DH. Also in the lineup, Andrew Monasterio takes the place of Wilson Contreras, who's back, acted up, but not likely to head for the IL. Some numbers for the Red Sox that aren't great, surfaced by our good friend from Play Tessie Gordo. The Red Sox, worst starters ERA in baseball, 22nd in runs scored, 4th most errors, 6 steals, that's the second least in baseball, and 6 least challenges won. But I'm going to give you some good news. Today's starter, Conley Early, well, he's recorded 44 strikeouts in his first 7 games. That's the second most in Red Sox history, behind Daisuke Matsuzaka at 47 in 2007. And finally, today is the 23rd anniversary of Jackie Robinson Day, the 79th anniversary of his first Major League game at Ebbett Field on April 15th, 1947 for the Brooklyn Dodgers. It is a day that should always be remembered, and that MLB does a great job of that today. That's your grab and go.
All right, that's the Bradfo Grab and Go presented by the Bee's Knees Benefit app. Make it part of every game day and get 50 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up or $5 off in store. Download the Bee's Knees Benefits app today and start saving. Terms apply. Let's get you today's Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. So let's meet today's players. Noah Abreu, Contreras, or Durbin in the lineup. So it's Roman Anthony in right, Cedon Rafael in center, Masataka Yoshida at DH, Trevor Story, the shortstop, Jarren Duran at left, Andrew Monasterio at first base, Marcelo Meyer at second, Connor Wong, the catcher, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at third. And the lock of the game presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com and never re-roof again. I'm going with Masa Yoshida getting on base twice in this one, at least 2 times. Quick check of the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Let love bloom in a 2026 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 1 game, 2 games in progress. The O's at home against the D-backs. Arizona with a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the third at Camden Yards. And Guardians and Cardinals scoreless at Busch Stadium at the top of the first. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Big thank you to Joe Braverman. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. Red Sox versus Twins coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Mass Mutual. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Looking for something smart, soulful, and full of heart? I'm Jen Hatmaker, host of For the Love, the podcast where we talk about what really matters. Love and family, faith and purpose. Every week, I'm joined by incredible guests for honest conversations that invite all of us to live with more intention, more laughter, and more connection. Join us on For the Love wherever you get your podcasts.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle-tested. Its frame is twisted, its door slammed 13,920 times, and its bed drop-tested over and over. We do all that to the V6-powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Get that Amex Gold Card ready. I'm way too tired to cook tonight.
You read my mind. With the Gold Card, we can get up to $120 a year in statement credits. Are you feeling the Cheesecake Factory? Five Guys? Either of those sound good?
Yes.
Which one?
Both.
Pay with the Gold Card to receive up to $10 a month in statement credits at participating partners. Uncover more ways to reward yourself at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
Are you looking for a money reset? With the new year upon us, the Jill on Money podcast is here to help you take control of your financial life. Follow and listen to Jill on Money wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is gone! Say, Doug! Say good night! Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over! And the Red Sox win! Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win!
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Subaru of New England. Don't miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event.
23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Nissan. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com. Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good. By Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 110 Grill. Visit any of their 33 locations all throughout New England. McFarland Energy. The region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services.
Way back by the wall! Off the wall, the Red Sox win!
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Dig Safe. Click DigSafe.com or call 811 before you dig.
Way back! Grand Slam!
Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com and never re-roof again. North Shore Adult Diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit NorthShore.com. Veterinary Emergency Group. Sponsored by Veg. ER for Pets. The official emergency veterinarian group of Red Sox Radio. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Lenny DiNardo.
On an absolutely spectacular Minneapolis afternoon, we welcome you to Target Field, the home of the suddenly red-hot Minnesota Twins, where today the Boston Red Sox look to salvage the finale of this three-game series and a 500 road trip before an off day and heading back to Fenway Park. The first 2 days in the Twin Cities have been wildly disappointing. There's been injury, bad pitching, off-the-field controversy, and today the Red Sox look to turn a corner and head home with some positive momentum. While the present has been a little bit bleak for the Red Sox, today is also a day that we absolutely will honor the past. It is Jackie Robinson Day throughout Major League Baseball, number 42 on the backs of all these players on both sides. It is also One Boston Day, the 13-year anniversary of that awful marathon bombing afternoon. And we'll talk a lot about what that day meant, what it continues to mean, and all that is going on in Boston today and this weekend to reflect on the memory of a day that changed our city forever. But today we got a ball game. Connolly Early takes the ball for Alex Cora, and Simeon Wood Richardson is on the other side for Derek Shelton and the Minnesota Twins, along with Lenny DiNardo, Will Fleming. Lenny, it's a spectacular day. The Red Sox trying to turn the corner. Totally different looking lineup with Wilson Contreras still getting treatment. No real update on him. Alex Cora reshuffles his order. We'll get into that in a moment. But so many things need to turn around here today for the Red Sox to get one in Minneapolis.
Yeah, yesterday was a game they'd like to forget. And, you know, it's all about making adjustments. It's a long season. But yesterday, I tell you what, the offense was just stagnant. They did not advance a base runner past first base until the 8th inning. No runner got past second base. Sonny Gray just did not have it, admitted in the postgame that he didn't, and was continually 2-1, 2-0, and against an offense like this Twins lineup, they took advantage.
Now we'll do the full breakdown of Connolly Early in a little bit, but huge pressure on him, a lot for a young left-hander. especially given what the Twins have done recently against southpaw pitching.
Yeah, you want him to go out there and pitch with confidence. Don't pitch away from what he does well, because this lineup is hitting well against left-handed batters. What does he do successful? Uses the fastball early and often up in the zone, off of the fastball. He needs to use those secondary pitches to induce swing and miss. Pitch to his strengths, and we'll see what happens.
It could not be a nicer day. Not a huge crowd, but Red Sox hoping to get out of town with a win. The anthem today brought to you by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket always has the best deals on the Red Sox and all your favorites in sports and entertainment. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-BUY SEATS on Jackie Robinson Day. Here's a beautiful rendition of our Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Just about ready to go. The Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. The umpires march out of the first base tunnel. It looks like Ramon Vasquez is yet again charged with bringing out the lineup cards. The Red Sox totally reshuffle things. Lenny, not easy right now for Alex Cora. Searching for answers. He does move Cedon up into the 2-hole. Massa, we talked about this during the game yesterday. He has to play right now. He's been an on-base machine. He is in there again. So trying to get some production at the top of the order. We'll get the full lineups in a little bit, but a struggling offense without one of its great power threats, Contreras, and Abreu gets the day off today. So this is a really big ask, I think, for the Red Sox at the plate.
Yeah, Contreras with a lower back strain is a little bit sore. Getting a day off today with the day off tomorrow beneficial. Hopefully he'll be ready to go on Friday. Yes, different lineup. Roman Anthony's going to be in right field, and you're looking for him to go out there and produce. You're seeing a lot of good signs, getting the ball in the air, driving it the other way. If you prove to pitchers that you can hit the ball in the outer half, which is where they're consistently throwing him so far this season, they're going to start to come in, and that's where his power is.
So no Contreras today. He got treatment before the ball game late this morning. The injury report is brought to you by CBS. CBS knows that where you get your medicine matters. That's why CBS is by your side right when you need them most. Welcome to CBS, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. These Jackie Robinson Day unis are awesome. The Red Sox have the all grays, tops and bottoms, number 42 on the back. That's it. It's classic. And Lenny, we'll talk about this through the broadcast today, but this day in 1947, you could argue is the most important day involving the most important figure in the history of Major League Baseball. What a game it is today because of what Jackie and Larry Doby and so many others who followed, what they endured, what they persevered through, what they stood for. And now it is a totally diverse game, and so many of the best stars would not be here without Jackie.
Absolutely, and he opened the doors for so many. And as talented as he was, one of the reasons why he was chosen is because of how he dealt with crowds. What he had to go through was just, I couldn't imagine going through that.
And I think a small incident that we watched unfold here last night, just a tiny speck of what Jackie endured during his entire career. And to your point, what moral fortitude to hang with it. All right, the Red Sox see Simeon Woods Richardson take the mound, begin his warm-up tosses. Should be a good matchup offensively, but Lenny, how about today's starting lineups?
It's time for the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury firm. So let's meet tonight's players. Leading off, Roman Anthony will be in right field for the first time this season, batting second. Cedane Rafaela in center field. Masataka Yoshida at DH. Trevor Story batting fourth at shortstop. Batting fifth, Jaron Duran in left field. Andrew Monasterio will be batting sixth at first base. Batting seventh, Marcelo Meyer, second base. Batting eighth, Connor Wong. He'll be doing the catching. And batting ninth, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa will be playing third base. For the Twins leading off, Byron Buxton could not be hotter. He'll be playing center field. Batting second, Austin Martin in left. Batting third, Luke Keyshaw will be playing second base. Batting fourth, Ryan Jeffers will be doing the catching. Batting fifth, Josh Bell will be playing first base. Batting sixth, Victor Caratini, DH. Batting seventh, Matt Wallner playing right field. Batting eighth, Brooks Lee at shortstop. And batting ninth, Ryan Kreidler playing third base.
Did you almost drop a Mark Wahlberg on me there?
I almost did. He's always on the tip of my tongue.
Can you not
I love the Wahlburgers.
Donnie's a great Red Sox fan, just like his brother. The Red Sox could use a little extra juice here today. Trying to be the funky bunch against these red-hot Twins. Just about ready for baseball. League leaders brought to you by AZEK Exteriors, the leaders in exterior trim moldings. And these Twins have the most wins in the American League. Won 8 of 9. They are 11-7. They're looking for a real spark from Roman Anthony. There have been signs that he's turned a corner offensively. Simeon Woods Richardson. Right-hander throws, and Roman takes a strike on the outside corner. And we're underway. 12:41 p.m. 59 delightful degrees in Minneapolis. Malachi Moore is the home plate umpire here this afternoon. The 0-1 to Roman is a swing and a foul tip into the mitt. And just like that, it's 0-2. Richardson, that might be his best pitch, that splitter that he just threw to Roman. 5 runs over 4 innings and another loss for Simeon Woods Richardson last time against Toronto. The Twins have lost all 3 of his starts. 0-2 to Roman. Leading off the game, the pitch is swung on and missed. He cannot lay off another splitter. And so Roman strikes out this season for the 20th time. And 1 down for Cedane.
Yeah, that's how he's going to attack left-handed hitters, specifically with that split finger. Starts over the plate, moves away. His fastball is pretty average when it comes to miles per hour. Likes to use the slider against right-handed batters.
Here's Cedane. Day off yesterday. Here he takes a pitch down and away for ball 1. Cedane's been hot. Average up to 298. He had a hit taken away from the scoring changed from the ball game 2 nights ago. Snapped his long hitting streak. The 1-0 is a little bit outside. And it's a ball and a strike. Time and Temp is brought to you by Plymouth Rock. Auto and home insurance made for Boston sports fans. PlymouthRock.com/Red Sox. 2-0 to Cedane. Pitch is a strike right there on the outside corner, but called a ball. I beg your pardon. That looked good, but it was not. And Cedane, a rare 3-0 count to him.
That's one of the big differences from Cedane in years past, is he's picking his spots when he's taking that big hack.
3-0 is outside ball 4. Okay, so Rafaela, who so rarely walks, draws his 3rd free pass. That is beautiful. A 1-out free pass, and that'll bring up Masataka Yoshida.
You can already see the plan of attack from Woods Richardson. Everything's away. When the Red Sox are right, they're driving the ball to the opposite field, so they're going to have to see that ball deep today.
Here's Masa batting .304 as he takes a pitch on the inside corner. Yoshida comes in today with a .500 on-base percentage. He's only played in 10 games, but just tremendous stuff from him. He has walked 8 times. Trying to spark something here in the top of the first. 0-1. Cedon has not run much this year as Massa lines one foul down the left field side into the seats. And just like that, he's behind 0-2. I want the Red Sox to run much more when they're on first base today.
Absolutely. That's a dynamic that we just haven't seen from this Red Sox club. Again, you got to get on first base, but once you're there, you've got the tools to go out there and get on second relatively quickly.
Double play depth behind Woods Richardson. Cedon not going, and Massa lines one this time down the left field line. Trouble if fair, and it is. It's down for a hit. It is gloved on a backhand by Martin, but Cedon around second into third. It's a double for the Macho Man. And the Red Sox have him at second and third with only one out.
That's exactly what this Red Sox club needs to do. Take what you're pitched to. I mean, it's an 0-2 pitch away on the outer half. Lets the ball get deep. Keeps the eye right on it. Drives it to the direction it's thrown.
Lenny, I know the roster is what it is. You can't take Yoshida out right now, the way he's swinging the bat.
He's good for 2 hits every game at this point.
Well, how about this now? A huge spot for Trevor Story, needing contact. The Twins, in the first inning, second and third, will bring the infield in. So a big opportunity to score not just one, but two. Here it is. Trevor takes a strike right on the outside corner. That has been the plan all afternoon so far. Second and third. The Red Sox 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position last night, but before that they'd really turned a corner in clutch spots. 0-1 to Trevor. Pitch. Swinging a high pop foul out of play on the first base side. And so now again it is 0-2.
Yeah, that pitch is on the black away. You can see Trevor kind of losing his hips a little bit, going towards third base. He's got to stay in there with that front side a little bit longer. It's got to be purposeful when you're trying to drive the ball toward right field.
3 of the first 4 Red Sox hitters have faced 0-2 counts.
You know, it all started with that walk to Cedon Rafaela. That's brought to you by North Shore Diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com.
I'll put one on if Trevor hits one into a gap right here. 0-2. Infield drawn in. The big, tall right-hander throws, and Trevor softly grounds one foul on the third base side. This is just one of those spots. With Rafaela's speed, Lenny, you wonder whether the contact play is on at third. Sometimes when it's second and third, you don't necessarily put that on. Yoshida, the trail runner. 0-2. One out in the top of the first. Pitch. Trevor bloops one foul. Straight back. Chased one, but in a 2-strike count. Nice job. And he hangs on 0-2. Bell is at first. Keishel at second. Brooks Lee, the shortstop, with Kreidler at third. Buxton in center. Wallner in right, and Martin in left. Defensive alignment brought to you by James Hardy. Hardy Siding is America's #1 brand of siding. 0-2 to Story. Pitch is just low. Pretty good take there. Had to be. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, Story's staying tough with 2 strikes right here. It got to 0-2 relatively quickly. He's fouling off some pitches. Really good take, like you said there. Trying to get a fastball, something he can do damage with right here.
Cedon at third. Yoshida at second. 1-2 to Story. Pitch is a ground ball up the middle. Contact play not on. Beautiful pick by Lee. Throws to first. And an unproductive second out off the bat of Trevor Story.
Yeah, that was hit right at the shortstop. If he would have ran, he would have been toasted home plate.
So now it falls to a man in the news these last couple of days, Jarren Duran. And Simeon Woods Richardson comes in with an 0-2 record, a 4.6 ERA. Got to cash this opportunity in. Second and third with 2 down for Duran. Pitch high, good take with a fastball. He is 25 years old, began his career with the Mets, then on to the Blue Jays. But again, 5 days ago, 5 runs, including a homer allowed. 1-0. Duran takes a strike. Now, you understand with the wildness, maybe being a little careful, but that's a pitch to hammer right there.
He's given up a home run in every outing this season so far.
Maybe good time for another right here. 1-1. Pitch is in the dirt. Now that's a big time stop by Ryan Jeffers. He went with the splitter. Duran laid off of it, and it's 2-1.
One thing you just don't see as often is when there's a ball in the dirt, catchers kind of selling out and getting down as low as possible. There's a ton of picks like they're at first base these days. You know, before they get down as far as possible, block it up with their chest and muffle it.
Part of that deal with being down on one knee. So many catchers do. 2-1 to Duran. Red Sox at second and third. The pitch is popped foul on the third base side. Now that was another good one to hit. But it is 2-2. Jaron at 182. And it hit his first home run in the opener this series with 10 driven in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is low and outside. Nice take. And the count is full.
They're making him throw pitches. That's 21 pitches so far in the first. Got to capitalize on this right here.
3-2. Here it is. Jaron swings and misses. He's gone. Splitter. And the inning is over. Red Sox squander a huge opportunity in the top of the first. Connolly early. Got to face the red-hot Twin offense right after this. No score. Half an inning in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Love paying shipping and delivery fees just to wait weeks for your package? We didn't think so. That's why Lowe's delivers fast and free. All MyLowe's Rewards and MyLowe's Pro Rewards members enjoy free delivery and free same-day delivery on eligible orders. Yep, you heard right. Same day, too. That's just another way members get more at Lowe's. Same day applies to orders over $25. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I'm Sally Helm with the podcast History This Week. In each episode, we serve as your eyes and ears into history's biggest events, major elections, world wars, scientific breakthroughs. But we also bring you into the smaller, behind-the-scenes stories, the unsung heroes, secret meetings, even personal grudges that changed the course of history. Listen to and follow History This Week, an Odyssey podcast in partnership with the History Channel. Available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan and the ones you don't. For the time you forgot your charger at the gate.
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
Or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connolly early is on the mound facing the red-hot Byron Buxton, who takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. We've talked about it at length during this series. They got Crochet. They've gotten Reagan's, Skubal, Framber, Valdez. This club has destroyed left-handed pitching lately. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Elevated fastball, nice stuff from Connolly, and it's 0-2.
Makes you want to switch hands.
Especially when you're at the dinner table next to a righty. Watching you cut your prime rib last night, a little bit uncomfortable. 0-2 to Byron Buxton. Pitch is skied foul on the first base side, out of play.
Nothing about that was prime or rib.
You didn't take much time putting it down, though.
I was hungry. You put ketchup on a sole of a shoe, I'll probably eat it.
0-2 to Buxton. No score in the first. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Nice start for Connolly, who has been a little bit up and down to begin this season. This is his 4th start. With so much placed on his young shoulders, the Red Sox have not won any of his 3 games, but a couple of occasions that was more because of the offense than anything Connolly didn't do. So with a strikeout under his belt, here's Austin Martin. Pitch is a beauty. He looks great to start, Lenny. That was an awesome fastball on the corner.
He's pounding the strike zone, got to 0-2 relatively quickly, and you got him to chase outside the zone. That's exactly how you attack these hitters.
0-1. Pitch. Another beauty. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
Really great tempo, too. He's rocking and firing. He's getting the ball, and he's ready to get the sign. Beautiful thing. The 0-2 high. He threw that relatively where he wanted to. Didn't get the chase. And it's 1-2. And by the way, a little extra giddy up on the heater today. 96. Looks like he's feeling good.
1-2 is just outside. He went with the first changeup he's thrown. Pretty good take there, and it's 2-2. Connolly throws, and a high drive into left field. Forget about it. Too much of that this week. A bomb to left, and the Twins lead it 1-0.
Tell you what, this team could not be hotter at this moment. Connolly's attacking the zone. He's going right after hitters. Got the 2 strikes. Not even that bad of a pitch. They're just waiting on anything on the inner half.
They have all 3 days here. That swing right there feels like we've been watching it on loop here at Target Field. Incredible. So after the Red Sox leave runners at second and third, a solo blast for the Twins, and now Keishel takes a pitch outside for ball 1. That is the first home run Connolly early has allowed in his career. And he figured this red-hot Twins offense might have been the team to do it. That's the 161st hitter he's faced in his career, and the first to leave the building.
When we talk about his stuff, it is elite.
2-0. Popped up. Back of first base. Monasterio's over there today, but that one's well into the seats and out of play. His first pitch brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. You've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. All 7s after 6-1-7. 2-1 to Keishel. Connolly into the wind. He throws. Grounder foul on the third base side. So Monasterio gets the start at first. Marcelo back in there at second. Story at short with the Red Sox giving Caleb Durbin a day off. Of Kiner Falefa at third. Cedon in center. Roman for the first time this year in right, and Duran in left. 2-2. High fly towards Cedon, but he's got plenty of room to make the play. Reaches up 2 hands, and they're 2 away. The Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Deja vu all over again. A right-handed blast into deep left has put the Twins ahead 1-0. Now 2 down for Ryan Jeffers, and a strike on the inside half. Curveball that bends in there. 0-1.
I like the idea right there, especially against a club that's super aggressive early in counts, searching for fastballs. Spin one.
And actually that was out on the outside corner. Here he misses again away, and it's 1-1. They just as a group have hunted stuff on the inner half and not missed it. Amazing. 1-1. Connolly's got the red sleeves down to his wrist. The 1-1 outside. And it's 2-1. It's remarkable. We'll look up the tallies here. How badly the Red Sox have been outscored in the first 3 innings, but particularly the first 2. And certainly in this series, that's been highlighted. The 2-1 is yanked a little bit down and in. And it's 3-1. I mean, obviously exaggerated by the start the other day when Crochet gave up 11 runs in the first 2 innings. And And the Sox did not score yesterday at all. 3-1 is a ground ball back to Connolly. He gloves it, walks it most of the way to first, and I take that back. He walks it all the way to first. Steps on the bag. He got his cardio in. Inning over. A solo blast puts the Twins ahead 1-0 after 1 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/small business to sign up for free.
At some health systems, cancer care can make you feel like a number. At South Coast Health Cancer Care, you're more than a diagnosis. We offer the most advanced treatments and the latest surgical advancements, led by a connected team of experts who not only see your cancer, but all of you. Because healing isn't just medicine, it's compassion, it's connection, it's care that knows your story and walks along with you. We are South Coast Health Cancer Care. Visit southcoast.org/cancercare.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Andrew Monasterio going to lead it off against Woods Richardson as we go to the top of the second inning. Solo blast put Minnesota ahead as Monasterio takes a ball outside. Now the Red Sox have not been good at all when the opponent scores first this season. It's happened 7 times and the Sox are winless. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. It became a little bit of a national meme. Monasterio taking that challenge option with a pitch right down the middle. The 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner. But he gets a start today, trying to get something going here in the second inning. These Twins have had their way thus far with Boston. 1-2, pitch in the dirt, splitter, and it is 2-2. Marcelo Meyer and then Connor Wong, who's been swinging a good bat, due up in this second inning. Two and two. Pitch. Swinging a little blooper in a shallow left field. Sinking and down for a hit. At this point, the Red Sox will take any of those. And the leadoff man is aboard in Monasterio.
Woods Richardson did him a little bit of a favor right there. Missed his spot. That was on the inner third. Everything prior to that pitch was on the outer half. Really wasn't seeing it well. That ball just kind of spun in there. Was able to get the barrel to it.
Monasterio is not exactly a base stealing specialist, but you wonder whether the Red Sox would consider it here. A couple bags last year with the Brewers. Here's Marcelo Meyer. The pitch is low and outside. He's the 7th batter, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car work accident. You got to get Glassman. Marcelo 0 for his last 7, and a throw to first sends Monasterio just kind of lunging back to the bag. He had the day off yesterday. I do think his swings have looked pretty good. Marcelo, 1-0. 1-0 Twins. Long set. Pitch is low. So now a hitter's count for Meyer. Kyle Hudson in the third base side, flashing some signs. They've been very reluctant to run so far this season, but they all know that it has to be part of the DNA of this team. They'll be at their best if and when they can run. 2-0. He starts and stops, and Marcelo hits a double play ball up the middle. It's handled by Lee on the bag at second for 1. Over to first 2. Just the way it's going right now. Hitters count. Monasterio does not run. I don't think in that case it would have really mattered. But that's just right into the defense, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, that was a hitter's count right there. 2 balls. Just kind of rolled over a little bit. Perfectly placed to shortstop. Took it himself.
Offensive frustrations continue for the Sox. They had so few base runners last night. Here's Connor Wong. Swings and fouls it back to the screen. In the opener, when Crochet got battered, Sox grounded into 2 more double plays. Connor, 375 hitter. 1 run batted in, bases empty, 2 down. The pitch is popped up. Shallow center field. Buxton is going to come on and casually make the play. The inning is over. Red Sox go to the bottom of the second, trailing 1-0 in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Not in Boston doesn't mean you can't follow the Sox like a local.
The Greg Hill Show goes beyond the national headlines, breaking down lineups, pitching decisions, and roster moves the way someone in the dugout might see. Follow The Greg Hill Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your pods.
Hi, this is Connolly Early. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Connolly Early is back on the mound. We'll see Josh Bell, Victor Caratini, and Matt Wallner. If we know anything about Bell, this ball's going to be high in the air if he can help it. He totally sells out on every big swing. Here's the pitch to him, and a good one from Connolly. Fastball in the inside corner, 0-1.
So far today, Early's been pounding the strike zone. Like the fastball, been mixing it up.
0-1. Connolly into the wind, he throws, and Bell drives one high and deep into left field. Duran back on the warning track is right there to make the play. It's another one that off the bat looks like it's into the third deck, but it dies on the track.
He's got the wrong bat or something, or they're using BP balls against him, because every time he swings it, I think it's about 500 feet. He's got that high finish.
So you can exhale for now. Get you caught up in the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Let love bloom in a 26 Subaru. Get yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 1 out. Here's Victor Caratini batting right against Connolly, and he loses a curveball outside for ball 1. Orioles have scored a couple runs in the 5th inning to pull ahead of the D-backs 4-3. Baltimore's gotten hot, 1-0. Here's a beauty. Strike. Curveball right in there, and it's 1-1.
Doubled up on curveballs right there. First one he left out. Made the adjustment on that second pitch.
1-1. Swing and a miss. That's really good sequence there. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-2.
You know, when you can control your curveball, your secondary pitch, you can start to pitch backwards. And, you know, you see a couple curveballs in there, 80, 82 miles an hour. And that fastball at 95 looks about 102.
1-2. Connolly, as always, looking totally calm on the mound. He throws, and a line drive into left field, a base hit. I think he shook Wong there, waited for the second pitch com choice. I think Connor was thinking curveball there. Connolly laid a fastball over the plate, and these Twins did not miss it, and Caratini's aboard.
Yeah, the catcher's glove was up above the zone. He should have elevated right there, kind of missed down the middle. If you're going to miss when you're trying to elevate, you got to miss for a ball up.
And now Matt Wallner, left-handed hitter. They play him to pull at double play depth. 1 on, 1 out. Twins lead by a run. Early at the belt, he throws. And a strike on the outside corner. We take 10 seconds. Station ID, Shaw's and Star Market, Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Early on the mound, the 0-1 pitch is a curveball that almost hit Wallner. Lends him back out of the way, and it's 1-1. Lenny, for all the things that everyone in the Red Sox fan base are talking about, fretting about, totally legitimate. Starting pitching, injuries, lineup construction. Sometimes there are simple answers. The 1-1 is high in the air into center field. Cedon Froze now drifting in a little bit off the end of the bat, and Rafaela there to make the play, 2 down. This series, these 3 games, a microcosm of the most simple truism in baseball, and that is the Twins have pounded mistake fastballs, and the Red Sox have not at all.
Yeah, and I think it's a tale of 2 different counts, right? 0-2 versus 2-0. When you put yourself in a position where you're 0-2, you're going to get a lot more chase. It's a complete opposite. 2-0, they're ready to swing, they're ready to do damage.
So here now with 2 down and a runner aboard is Brooks Lee batting right, and Connolly clips the corner. He's in a groove early. I mean, Connolly, yes, it is pretty young this game. 30 pitches thrown, majority of them strikes. 0-1. Pitch, swing and a miss. Well, he's got that curveball working. That was actually the changeup in under the hands. Nice mix, 0-2.
Now, right now he's commanding 3 pitches in any count. He's pitching backwards. He can throw a fastball, changeup, or curveball really at any time and control it. He's in a position right now, 0-2, where he can throw any of those pitches. But I think after that last one, I want to see a fastball up in the zone. I feel like if he throws that, that's something he needs to have today in his back pocket.
0-2 to Brooks Lee. Long set, look to first. Connolly holding longer than usual. He throws, and a ground ball up the middle. The shortstop Story's got it. He flips to Marcelo at second, and the inning is over. He went with a changeup. It does the trick and gets out of the second inning. We go to the third. 1-0 Minnesota. Connor Falefa, Anthony, and Cedon after this on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I'm Sally Helm with the podcast History This Week. In each episode, we serve as your eyes and ears into history's biggest events, major elections, world wars, scientific breakthroughs. But we also bring you into the smaller, behind-the-scenes stories, the unsung heroes, secret meetings, even personal grudges that changed the course of history. Listen to and follow History This Week, an Odyssey podcast in partnership with the History Channel. Available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
All natural chicken is on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack signature select boneless chicken breast or thighs for $1.99 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Save more with 4U coupons. Shaw's and Star Market. Proud to be local since 1860.
Hey, it's Isaiah Kiner Falefa. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Izzy leading off in the top of the third against Woods Richardson. Sox trail 1-0. Going to be Connor Falefa, Anthony, and Rafaela as Izzy takes strike 1. The outside corner, he's had a couple bloop hits lately. IKF. He's only played 8 games. He's 2 for his first 15. The 0-1. is a strike right there. We're going to harp on it until it changes, Lenny. I'm sorry. This offense is not often enough ready to hit fastballs that are strikes.
Yeah, we've listened to Alex Cora talk about it and knowing when to take your swings and when not to. And this is a guy that's pounding the strike zone right now, getting ahead.
0-2 is in the dirt, splitter.
Once you get 0-2, though, you're really not going to see much unless it's a serious mistake.
Just not a good way to live at the big league level when you chase the bad ones and take the good ones. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Kiner Falefa fouls one off his front foot. That was a jam shot. Splitter that kind of hung up there a little bit. And it stays 1-2. You figure, depending on what happens with Contreras, guys like Monasterio and Kiner Falefa might see a little more playing time if he's on the sidelines. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. It is backhanded by the second baseman, Keishel. He throws to first, not in time. Infield hit for Kiner Falefa. And I don't know what Keishel was waiting for there. He circled around it to the forehand side. Good hustle for Kiner Falefa and a leadoff hit.
That's all about the first step out of the box right there. He had to go get that baseball and get rid of it quickly. Kiner Falefa showing off some speed right there. He smelled the base hit, went out and got it.
75 miles an hour off the bat. That took a lot of hops before it got to second. Here we go with Roman, who struck out his first time. Second look at Woods Richardson. The pitch is outside. Good take. Curveball. It was a worry coming out of camp without big hitters added. How much pressure would be on Roman's shoulders. That is ever more true without Contreras in the lineup today. They could use him to carry them today. 1-0 and a throw to first. Very close. That was a good move there by Woods Richardson. You know, talking to Jose David Flores before the game, he said Woods Richardson has a lot of different picks to first. Some of them are definitely balks that don't get called.
Yeah, he's talking about a little bit of early movement in the shoulders that look like he's about to go home. And then picks.
1-0. Roman takes a ball. The other one is you see this with pitchers nowadays. They walk their front leg up the mound, and you're allowed to do that for some reason. But he will do that 4 or 5 times. And then on the last step up, without setting, he'll come home. 2-0 to Roman.
Which by definition is illegal. You have to set and pause.
Pitch to Roman is outside 3-0. And Lenny, I know that this team has had trouble getting on base. For me, this is a full-go green light for Roman.
I mean, what's the worst that'll happen? You know, you're pressing the issue. You're a little bit more aggressive. He's shown the ability that he has, speed on the base paths.
3-0 to Anthony. 1 on, none out. Pitch is a ball, a little bit low. And a 4-pitch walk drawn by Anthony. So here come the Red Sox. 2 on, none out for Cedon.
It's a great at-bat right there. Just didn't give him anything to work with. He didn't expand outside the strike zone.
Are you thinking bunt at all here?
Yes. Do everything you can to get them over right here.
He's laid down a good one already this year, Rafaela. Twins sort of in at the corners, not crashing all that hard. Cedon walked his first time. 2 on, none out. No sign of a bunt. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. I mean, he's been one of their more resilient hitters, so you understand it. Yoshida out on deck. 0-1. 2 on, none out. Here's the pitch. Cedon pops one foul and out of play on the first base side. So now 0-2, and the job sort of changes for Cedon. At the very least, he's got to make a productive out.
Just put the ball in play right here. Get the barrel to it, shorten up.
I mean, he's hard to double off.
Probably going to be a slider away.
0-2. Pitch is lined into right field, base hit. Misread by Kiner Falefa at second. He went back to the bag, and the Red Sox have him loaded with nobody out.
Great piece of hitting right there from Rafael. It was a splitter off the plate, just through the hands. Didn't try to do too much. Just kind of hung up there. That's the worst splitter he's thrown. Typically a lot more depth on that. Way to hit a mistake.
You understand Kiner Falefa in some ways, the plays behind him. I don't think he scores anyways, not with no out. And here now the bases loaded for Yoshida. huge opportunity for this offense. Massa knocked one to left his first time, and here he takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1.
It's his best fastball of the day right there, 96.
That is so encouraging from Rafaela. 0-1. Pitch. Massa grounds one foul. He was ready for that thing. A slider down and in. And again, 0-2.
Extremely late biting slider right there. That's his best one today. Typically kind of spins up there, sometimes backs up, but he gets a lot of swing and miss on it.
So a 2-strike hole for Yoshida. The set, the pitch. Massa takes high with a fastball. It's pretty easy take. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. Club you want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the app now and instantly save 23 cents a gallon on your first fill up. Trying to cash in right here. 1-2 to Yoshida. Red Sox at every base. The pitch is a soft ground ball on the right side. They get it to second. No, a bobble. Throw to first gets by. Already scoring Kiner Falefa behind him. Anthony standing as the throw comes home. A total bobble by Keishel, and the Red Sox will take it. It's 2-0.
Looks like he was thinking about throwing it and making the play before he actually caught it. I mean, that was a tailor-made ground ball if I've ever seen one.
It was hit so softly you didn't know with certainty that he turned two. But Keishel gloved, spun, and just never made the play.
Going to get that ground ball, he kind of olayed it a little bit. Instead of catching it in front, he caught it to the side and was thinking about getting it out of the glove. And because of that, just missed it.
It's a fielder's choice. 1 RBI for Massa. Then the error scores the second run. And on the play, Rafaela all the way over to third. And Yoshida up to second. And wouldn't you know it, Lenny, what an amazing thing can happen when you put the ball in play.
You strike out there and nothing happens.
I mean, Kiner Falefa hits a soft grounder to begin the inning, hustles to beat it out. And then contact, scores 2. Now Story with the infield in again. Last time he saw a first pitch fastball right there and grounded out to short. 2-1 Sox. Pitch is a high drive into left field. This thing is cranked. Back at the track. Back at the wall. It is gone! 3-run homer for Trevor Story. Hallelujah! And it's 5-1 Red Sox.
You know, we saw a change in his approach and some adjustments being made in St. Louis. He had that day where he was on base 4 times, driving the ball up the middle, the opposite field line drive. Because of that, when you prove that you can take the ball the other way, you're going to start to see pitches in or third. You're going to start to see himself pitch differently, and he got a good pitch to handle right there.
Red Sox first 3-run homer of the season, and boy, did they need that. So some breathing room, big time. Now Jarren Duran. Pitch. He bluffs a bunt, takes back the bat as a pitch almost hits him on the feet, and it's 1-0. Good God, Lenny, do the Red Sox need more of that from Trevor Story? And the right-handed hitters in this inning have really stepped up. 1-0.
Love the fact that was the first pitch of the at-bat.
No doubt. Here's a pitch to Duran that's popped up on the left side of the infield. And it's caught over there at third by Kreidler. I think Trevor went back to the dugout last time upset with himself that he took a very hittable pitch right down the middle. He went up there this time ready to go.
Yeah, pitchers are trying to get strike one. And that was a breaking ball, but it was a good pitch to hit.
So with 5 runs in and now only 1 out, here's Monasterio. Strike 1 in the outside corner. Jersey on, lucky socks on, snacks in hand. Make Bees Knees benefits part of your game day ritual. 50 cents off per gallon or $5 off in store when you sign up, as Monasterio takes outside, and it's 1-1. Lenny, not all home runs are created equal. This offense needed that one so dearly. 1-1. Pitch outside. And now it's on Connolly early. to ride the wave a little bit.
A little bit of breathing room up, 4 runs, and go out there and do his thing. Keep pounding the strike zone, pitching with confidence.
2-1 is a check swing. Did he go? No, according to the first base umpire down there. Today, that is Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief. So now hitters count to Monasterio, 3-1. They got to Woods Richardson. He has given up yet another big-time home run. 3-1. The pitch is fouled on the first base side. Love that aggressive approach, and it's 3-2.
It's the 4th home run he's given up in 4 outings. It's about swing selection, being aggressive in certain counts.
3-2. Pitch. Line drive into right center field. Buxton has to go way back onto the warning track, gliding to make the play. And they're 2 away.
Good swing there by Monasterio.
Story, that home run went 411 feet.
He got that. None of that was powered by the pitcher. That was a curveball, kind of a looper in there.
He got it. What can you get at Shaw's?
All natural chicken is on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack signature select boneless chicken breast or thighs for $1.99 a pound when you see the digital coupon limit 2.
Pitch to Marcelo is a hard ground ball on the right side. Keischel to his left gloves and throws to first in time, and the inning is over. However, the Red Sox cash it in big time. Pay off an error, 3 hits, a big fly from Story, and after 2.5, 5-1 Sox lead on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
I'm Kiana, and I leveled up my business with Shopify. Once I figured out that Shopify was a thing, I never turned back. I can create a site with my eyes closed. Shopify thinks ahead of us, and it thinks about the customer more than anything. Every day I'm thinking about some other new business, but Shopify is doing it to me because it's so easy to use. It's like I can't stop. I'm addicted.
Start your free trial at Shopify.com.
If you've got spring fever, Lowe's has the cure. During SpringFest, make your landscape stand out with 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 3/4 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh all season long. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
5-1, enormous shutdown inning needed from Connolly early. Good start, fastball to Ryan Kreidler for strike 1. Did you have a different mentality on the mound after your offense got you some runs?
My ultimate goal was to get them back in there as soon as possible. Put up a goose egg so they keep doing the thing.
0-1 is a changeup that misses outside, and it's 1-1.
Last thing you want to do is start walking guys, picking on the corners, pitching fine, attack the zone.
1-1 to Kreidler. A big series. Pop up, straight back and out of play. On the first base side of the plate. And it is 1-2. Kreidler launched one of the home runs off of Crochet deep to left field in the second inning on Monday. Yesterday off and in here for the Twins today, 1-2. Connolly, I think he wants a different pitch in this spot from Wong. Now he has the one he likes, and he dots one, but a little low. Curveball. And it is 2-2.
It's impressive for Connolly Early, who's so young, doesn't have a ton of time in the league, but he knows how he wants to attack hitters. He's not one of those guys that just whatever the catcher puts down, he's going to throw. He has a clue.
2-2. Curveball swung on and missed. Beautiful stuff from Early. His second strikeout. And a good start to the bottom of the third.
He's doing a good job of staying unpredictable, mixing in fastballs and curveballs at the first pitch. See how he attacks Buxton. This is a guy that's been really, really aggressive on fastballs in so far this series. Had a lot of success.
Here is Buxton. Always scary. The pitch is line foul. That's pretty gutsy from Early. Their first pitch changeup.
Might have gotten away with one right there. Elevated changeup. You never want to throw a changeup up in the zone. It just kind of stays in there.
0-1. Pitch is way outside. They got it up on the video board that Byron Buxton has taken up the art of ditch fishing. Do you know what that is?
Listen, I'm from Florida, but it doesn't mean that I know what ditch fishing is. I've been in Rhode Island for 10 years.
1-1. The pitch is a hard ground ball to third. Kiner Falefa's got it at his belt buckle. Long throw across in time, and they're 2 away.
We ice fish.
Right.
What is ditch fishing?
I've never heard of it. Ditch fishing is a highly effective, specialized winter strategy, particularly for bass, that targets bait fish concentrated in deep, narrow creek channels or drains, 20 to 60 feet deep. All right.
I'll never forget, though, me, 5 or 6 years old, Micanopy, Florida, my dad pulling a baby alligator out of a ditch on the side of the road.
Oh, they are everywhere. Here's a pitch on the outside corner. Strike one. One thing I learned this spring, more than any before, is wherever there is any standing water, it's a good bet there's a gator in there.
Absolutely.
2 down, bottom 3, a pitch outside. And in fact, out by the minor league fields, the back fields, where you so often are for fantasy camp, there is a big sewer there that collects water from the lake where PB would have his duck boat and all the Red Sox would go fishing out there. And every day you'd go in there and there'd be 3 or 4 baby alligators in the water collecting around that sewer drain.
Oh, yeah. They're literally in every body of water that's fresh.
1-1 is a little bit low.
Swimming pools included.
So your dad pulled it out of a ditch, and then what did he do?
I can't remember that far. This is 40 years ago, but I do remember, him pulling out an alligator about the size of his forearm.
2-1 pitch. Fouled off on the first base side. We were down in Naples this spring and went to an alligator show. They had a kind of a reservoir. They rescue alligators, and they had 60 or 70 of them in there, a couple crocodiles. In fact, they had a Bengal tiger, which was awesome. Your kind of place. 2-2 from Connolly Early.
There are saltwater crocodiles in Florida. People don't realize that.
They're huge. Here's the pitch, and it is in the dirt. I probably won't have time to finish this story, but let's just say I got a little fooled by the premise and the introduction of the alligator show. 5-1 Red Sox in the bottom of the third. Early nods yes. Wong on a knee. Here's the pitch, and it's inside ball 4. He missed badly with that fastball. So a 2-out walk. So we went around, saw the tiger, all these huge alligators. And when you show up in this tiny little pool in the middle, there's an alligator motionless with sunglasses and a backwards hat on. So I said to my 2 little boys, guys, that is not a real alligator. I mean, that's just a prop, must be made out of stone, whatever. We walk around, wait 40 minutes, wondering what the alligator show was going to look like. Top of the hour comes. Here's Luke Keyshaw, right-handed hitter, and he takes a fastball up and away. This alligator tour guide, trainer, handler comes out, takes his shoes off, walks right into the water where that alligator with the hat and the sunglasses were, takes the hat off, puts the shades on, 1-0, and then just keeps standing right next to that alligator. Here's a ground ball to short. Story's got it. He throws to second in time. Grabs the alligator by the tail. We'll tell you more about that when we return. The Red Sox lead 5-1. 4th inning next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's viore.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/setup and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/setup.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurance. Not available in all states or situations.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connor Wong leads it off in the top of the 4th, 5-1 Red Sox. Trying to salvage this series finale. Wong takes pitch just off the inside part of the plate for ball 1. 4th inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. Well, the time for filing taxes is just about done. You better get the postmarks on. 1-0 is a little bit low, and it's 2-0 to Connor Wong. But if you do, hey, donate your car today, literally today. Get a big 2026 tax deduction. 2-0 to Connor Wong. Noted alligator lover, broken bat grounder toward third. It hits the bag. It's that kind of day for the Red Sox. Wong is going to beat it out down the line. Isn't baseball the dumbest and best game? I mean, one day you can't catch a break, and today the Red Sox are getting them all, and it's a leadoff hit.
That's why you always bust it down the line, give a hard 90. You never know where the ball is going to go. The ball, he stops there, pauses, and I better start running.
I wonder now, even with a 4-run lead, whether Kiner Falefa might think about playing a little small ball here, where the offense is going. Izzy had an infield single his first time. Wong leading at first, and a take on a fastball in the inside corner, strike 1. Anyway, the dude is in this small little pool with the alligator that I thought was fake. Takes the hat off, the sunglasses, keeps standing next to it, and then grabs it by the tail and turns it around. Throw to first sends Wong back, and the thing starts moving around. he then, with his 2 hands, opens the jaws up and just is showing everybody the teeth and the inside of this massive alligator's mouth. The 0-1 is a little bit outside. He explained to us later on that I guess if you keep gators cold, in cold water, in shade, they're pretty tame.
That makes sense.
That doesn't mean I would still want to put my hands on their jaws. 1-1. Connor runs, bluffed bunt, throw to second, not nearly in time, and it skips into the outfield, but not far enough. Connor gets the steal, and the Red Sox do play a little small ball, and it is 1-1 to Kiner Falefa with Connor at second.
I like it. I like his showing bunt. I don't think he pulled back there, but it was enough to disrupt the eyesight to get an errant throw.
Yeah, the pitch was a strike, so it's 1-2. And now Kiner Falefa, who's done a good job most of this year hitting the ball the other way, would love to do that here. 1-2. 5-1 Red Sox. The pitch is a line drive off the glove of the shortstop Lee. What is going on? Kiner Falefa's got another hit. Now, the Twins, who are known for their defense, are not making plays today, and the Red Sox have him at first and second with nobody out.
Tell you what, when it rains, you know the rest, but I tell you what, you got to go out there and put the ball in play. When you put the ball in play, good things happen. You force the issue. This is atypical of this Twins defense for sure.
And what a huge opportunity this is for Roman Anthony. I think he's going to be aggressive early in this count. 2 on, none out. Pitch is way outside. He had no choice but to take there. We're past the 110th pitch of the game. 110 Grill brings you that gluten-free dining done right. Visit any of their 33 locations all throughout New England. 1-0 to Roman. 2 on, none out. To pitch is a ground ball up the middle off of Woods. Richardson's glove. Diving stop by Lee. He's got no play. It's yet another infield hit for the Red Sox. And for the second straight inning, they got the bases loaded.
I mean, all of the hits in this inning are probably averaging, what, 70, 65 miles an hour? Nothing hit hard, well placed.
Actually, Roman hit that one 100 off the bat. However, Wong 49 miles an hour.
It's an
average.
Yes,
the average. All right, what a chance this is for Cedon. Loaded up, pitch is outside. It comes in spurts, Lenny. It's not time to proclaim victory for Rafaela's approach. I think these last 2 weeks he has looked much better. Much. Hitters count 1-0. Infield in. Pitch. Cedon swings and grounds one to third. It is stepped on the bag at third. Home for the double play. Tag play with the force off. Nice play there at the plate. So hit right into the wrong spot. And they're 2 down.
But you're right about Rafaela. That was impressive what he did the previous at-bat, especially with 2 strikes, recognizing how the pitcher was planning to attack him off the plate, just through the hands. He knows how important it is just to get the ball in play.
So Kiner Falefa tagged out at third. Wong out at the plate. Now 2 on, 2 out for Massa. He swings and fouls one off on the first base side.
You know, I was walking with my brother a while back, and we're in Miami, and there's a trail, and we're walking, and we see a gator halfway across the path. Mm-hmm. We're sitting there for 15 minutes looking at it, like, what are we going to do? And my brother's a biologist. You'd think he'd recognize.
0-1, swung on it, fouled back.
So 15 minutes later, we're sitting there, you know, what are we going to do? Should we turn around? Up walks this couple holding hands. They just walk right next to it. Ends up being concrete.
No way.
So it's basically your story, but the opposite.
It actually was fake.
He's going to hate me for telling the story because it was a concrete alligator.
0-2 is strike 3 called on the outside corner, and the Red Sox do not cash in. They had the bases loaded, nobody out, do not score. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 5-1. I can understand that. Any form of gator scares me. On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's viore.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like 2 away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
On Aspire with Emma Grede, I sit down with people who don't just dream big, they build big. From Mark Cuban to Mel Robbins, we talk about mindset, ambition, and the work that actually moves the needle. Listen to Aspire with me, Emma Grede, an Odyssey podcast available now.
At some health systems, cancer care can make you feel like a number. At South Coast Health Cancer Care, you're more than a diagnosis. We offer the most advanced treatments and the latest surgical advancements, led by a connected team of experts who not only see your cancer, but all of you. Because healing isn't just medicine. It's compassion, it's connection, it's care that knows your story and walks along with you. We are South Coast Health Cancer Care. Visit southcoast.org/cancercare.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
There has been a little mystical magicality to this game today. Benson Boone brings us back for the bottom of the fourth inning. Sox lead 5-1 as Ryan Jeffers, right-handed hitter, checks his swing on a curveball that misses down and in from Connolly early, and it's 1-0. Sox really could have gone a long way toward putting this game to bed in the top of the inning. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner. But now another important half inning for Connolly.
Still got that up tempo. He's rocking and firing.
I love it. 1-1. Early throws. And just barely misses with a changeup. Fourth inning, as we told you, brought to you by Cars for Kids, in which we'll bring you the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Let love bloom in a 2026 Subaru. 2-1. Pitch. That's just a little bit high. He doubled up on the changeup, missed with it. That looked close.
Pitch looked pretty good to me.
I think that should have been probably challenged. I think the Red Sox catchers need to get back into the mode of aggressive challenging. It's 3-1 though, and now that one is a strike. No need for a challenge, and it's 3-2. You know, as everyone gets so accustomed to the challenge system, Lenny, I think we're learning that it does matter so much to have catchers who will challenge almost at any time. 3-2, strike three called on the outside corner. That is perfectly placed by Early, and there's one away.
Good spot right there. Yeah, he doubled up with the changeup. That second changeup was in fact a strike, and that one right there was a little bit off the plate.
So maybe in that spot, Jeffers, who so often challenges as a catcher, should have as a hitter. He does not, and now Josh Bell. If you want to see a high fly ball, this is the guy for you. He takes a pitch outside for ball one. Orioles and Diamondbacks tied at 5 in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-0. Pop foul. High on the first base side. And it's 1-1. It's amazing what the Orioles have started to get from the heart of their order. Young second baseman Jeremiah Jackson hit another home run today. Cleveland and St. Louis tied at 1 in the 4th. Here's a high line drive to deep center field. On the run, Cedon gliding back. He's there to make the play. Lenny, in a 3-game series in your life, have you ever seen one dude hit more balls right to the front of the warning track?
Has he ever hit a ground ball in his career? I don't think so. Can we look? What's the last time he grounded out?
If you like my Vern Lundquist impersonation there, in your life. Of course, that not quite as dramatic as Tigers chip in. Here's Victor Caratini batting from the right side. 2 down, the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Yes, sir. And it's 0-1.
Seeing a lot more of his secondary pitches this time around. Second time around for Caratini.
Now this one comes in and hits him. That was a slider. He's not thrown many of those today. Yanked it a little bit. And a 2-out base runner for Minnesota. That'll bring Wallner to the plate with Brooks Lee on deck, who's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com.
Yeah, the fastball's still important. I want to see him go out there and still use that. It makes the secondary pitches that much better.
1 on, 2 down. Pitch. Down and away. Now, this is another one on the video board that makes you wonder. Sort of vague, I would say. Becomes a different person once he enters the clubhouse.
Matt's not here today.
Here's James Wallner, 1-0.
Like fake mustache different?
Pitch. It's down and away. I mean, look, you've been there. We've all seen it. Guys do tend to get a little bit more serious, but that's just hilarious. Becomes a different person. God knows Max Scherzer does. Still going with the Toronto Blue Jays. 2-0 pitch is ripped foul on the first base side by, I don't know whether this is Matt or John or Steve Wallner, but either way, we know it's 2-1.
Turned on one inside, got a fastball. It's a good opportunity to throw that slider. You start it down the middle, get it to break off the plate. You look at averages, left-handers against earlier, they're coming into this game 160 versus 253 versus righties. He doesn't He's very deceptive up there. It's very hard to pick up.
Well, this looks like vintage Connolly today. Using it all. 2-1. Outfield very deep for this left-handed hitter. Pitch. You just can't do it better than that. He was looking for something else there, Lenny. He wins the guessing game. Heater right down the middle, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, that was a take. Like he was looking for a spin right there. Couldn't do anything with the heater.
It's the opposite of what has happened in the first two games. 2-2. And wouldn't you think now is the time for spin?
Absolutely.
And again, maybe he gets another take on a fastball right there.
That's the game of cat and mouse right there.
1 on, 2 out. Monasterio holding Caratini over at first. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. It was spin, and he fans Wallner to end the inning. Just brilliance from early in that inning. We go to the 5th with the Red Sox leading 5-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Some crimes are so shocking, they don't just make headlines, they forever change our society. I'm Katie Ring, host of America's Most Infamous Crimes. Each week, I take on one of the most notorious criminal cases. Each case unfolds across multiple episodes, released every Tuesday through Thursday, from the first sign that something was wrong to the moment the truth came out or didn't. Listen to and follow America's Most Infamous Crimes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Hey, it's Greg. Join us as we celebrate the running of the 130th Boston Marathon. Get all the excitement live as we broadcast from the Capitol Grill on Boylston Street from 6 to 10. Cheering on the runners, marathon coverage is brought to you by Citgo. 1 mile to go to the Citgo block party.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Trevor Story going to lead it off as we go to the top of the 5th inning. So far, so good for the Red Sox, leading 5-1, thanks in large part to this man and Connolly early. His 3-run homer kept off a 5-run third here. Looks at a splitter that misses outside for ball 1.
He saw 4 breaking balls his first at-bat, wasn't waiting around. That second at-bat, the home run, saw a breaking ball, did damage.
1-0 outside, and it's 2-0. Just the fascinating part of this game, a mental battle between pitcher and hitter. 2-0 to Story. Here's the pitch. Down and in. Look, he is such a different hitter than almost anybody in the game. So streaky. Leg kick where he floats that left foot over the batter's box. Timing can come and go. 3-0 is low, ball 4. So another good start. The Red Sox in this game now have the leadoff man aboard for the 4th straight inning. And I think it's go time for Story on the base paths.
Let's see him take off. Again, we talk about how fast this team can be. They just need to be a little bit more aggressive. But that walk was brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
See if Duran can give Simeon Woods Richardson the runs here as a fastball. It's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. But Trevor can get so hot, he can carry an offense, and maybe that swing could trigger some of that. Boy, could they use it, especially for as long as Contreras is down. 0-1. Pitch. Duran takes a ball inside. But the truth is, Lenny, even if Contreras comes back and is himself, this offense was always built on the notion that Trevor would be a huge part of it.
Absolutely. You know, it's all about swing decisions. Nice to see him being patient at the plate, the more patient you are, the more they're going to come to you.
Duran rips one on the ground, caught by Keishel at second to second for one relay to first, not in time. Jaron beats it out down the line. Good hustle and speed. So he stays out of the double play. That was a loud piece of contact for Duran, but right into the defense. And so now with one out, that'll bring up Monasterio. Trevor is amazing, Lenny. I mean, he came into this game batting 192, but with the 3-run homer, he's already got 15 runs batted in. The Red Sox playing their 19th game. After 96 a year ago, here's Monasterio. I think Duran's going to go here. And so does Woods Richardson. He throws over, and Jaron dives back in. To me, Lenny, this is like the ultimate. We talked about how Woods Richardson has a quirky, almost balk-like pickoff move. Duran, this is a run all the way situation. You're not going to the pitch is down and away. Ball one. They'll challenge this, will the Twins. That was borderline, I thought.
Challenging to call a ball.
Ryan Jeffers is super aggressive with these. And he was right. I mean, it's again one of these.
Minnesota has 2 challenges remaining.
That is on the plate by one seam. So now 1-1 to Monasterio. Duran leading. Hands on his knees. He starts and stops, and Monasterio rips one into the gap in right center field. That'll easily get Duran to second and third, if not more. He gets waved home. Monasterio holds it second. RBI double. And the Red Sox lead it 6-1.
Tell you what, Monasterio is seeing the ball today. He got a single in the second inning, and in the third, lined out sharply to center field, using the center field gaps. That's where he's at his best, going with the pitch.
So that is beautiful from Monasterio, his third RBI with the Red Sox. And with him at second base, and still only one out, here's Marcelo.
And both of Monasterio's RBIs coming into today's game were in the pinch hit role, taking good advantage of getting the start today.
Here now Marcelo, who's twice hit the ball on the ground. Here he lines one down the left field side and foul. And out of play. Lenny, it's maybe not something that will show up in the box score, but hustle has triggered both the Red Sox rallies in this game. Kiner Falefa with the infield hit, and that from Duran keeps the thing going, and he can score all the way from first.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that. It's one of those things where it takes zero talent to go out there and bust it down the line.
0-1. Line drive into left field, a base hit. Monasterio coming to third, and Kyle Hudson will at the last moment. Holden makes a lot of sense. The ball got out to Martin and left pretty quickly. Now the hit parade continues. That's the 10th for the Red Sox. And that'll bring up Connor Wong. By the way, Monasterio's double for diabetes means $50 to the American Diabetes Association, brought to you in part by the Mass Health Connector. If you need health insurance, go to mahealthconnector.org. Find the right plan for you and your family.
A really good piece of hitting right there from Marcelo Meyer. A hanging slider down the middle, kept the hands back, drove it right through the gap.
Third hit of the inning. And here now Wong. He squares to bunt. The safety squeeze is on. Monasterio comes home. He's going to score. Throw to first in time. Small ball and a beauty. And the Red Sox lead it 7-1.
It's a great job of bunting right there, noticing that the first baseman's playing back on the dirt. Well-placed bunt. Great sacrifice to go out and get that extra run.
I mean, that's super selfless from Wong. It's already a 6-1 game, but why not? The defense gives. And here now, Isaiah Kiner Falefa on the play. Meyer up to second. Good read all around. The pitch is a swing and a foul between his legs. A good read by Monasterio at third too, Lenny.
Yeah, recognizing where the bunt's placed, knowing your speed.
Connor is an excellent bunter. 0-1. Pitch is pop foul. He's selling out right now, Kiner Falefa. He's like totally dropping his left foot toward third base, trying to launch. Feet not underneath him, and it's 0-2.
He's another guy seeing the ball well. 2 singles so far on the day.
0-2. Pitch high and outside. Isn't it ridiculous, Lenny, this sport where Contreras gets hurt, you sit, Will Abreu to give him a break, and this is the day the offense breaks out?
I mean, after last night's game, the sky was absolutely falling, right?
Yes. 1-2. Oh, swinging a foul. He's taken huge cuts. Remains 1-2. Try something new. I sort of like Cedon in the 2-hole for now, no matter what. Looking good.
I mean, overall, his swing decisions this season have been really, really impactful.
1-2. He is in the dirt. Take a look in a moment. Baseball Savant tracks all of these things in terms of, swing percentage, first pitch swing percentage, out of the zone, in the zone, year over year. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Izzy. Head on swivel. Woods Richardson throws and he misses outside. Marcelo didn't see it first that it scooted past Jeffers. Now he does. And so Meyer up to third on a pitch that may well be called wild, but it got a lot of leather from Jeffers.
Yeah, I didn't see it off the get-go, but Kiner Falefa kind of yelled at him and gave him the wave. Said
it looks better. The 3-2 is fouled back, and Kiner Falefa really battling here. And I think it's actually more like this week specifically. Cedon seems to track pitches all the way through a little bit better.
Well, he already gets to the high fastball. It's something we've seen him get to quite frequently throughout his career. It's really been the breaking ball down in the zone below for a ball. That's where he gets a lot of his swing and miss.
3-2 and a ground ball softly to the left side. Brooks Lee's got it. He throws high to first, but Bell is there to make the play. The inning is over, but the Red Sox manufacture 2 more runs, a Monasterio double and a Wong safety squeeze. Boston 7, Minnesota 1 on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
From the trusted team behind 48 Hours, welcome to Case by Case, your weekly update on the biggest true crime stories unfolding right now.
Nick Reiner remains in custody without bail.
Luigi Mangione accused of stalking and gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
From high-profile trials and stunning evidence to major breaks in cold cases, we'll follow it all case by case. Follow and listen to 48 Hours Case by Case wherever you get your podcasts.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle-tested. Its frame is twisted, its door slammed 13,920 times, and its bed drop-tested over and over. We do all that to the V6-powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Brooks Lee batting from the right side against Connolly Early, who stands on a sun-splashed infield with a 7-1 lead. Fires the first pitch that misses just outside for ball 1.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Ford, the official vehicle of That Dirty Water and the official vehicle of Major League Baseball.
Strike on the outside corner. Thinking about that dirty water today on One Boston Day, the 13-year anniversary of the darkest day in the history of the marathon and in some ways our city. Galvanized an entire region and that club. The 1-1 has popped up into shallow right field. Marcelo's there, but so too is Roman, who comes on and makes the play. Will Middlebrooks tells so many great stories about that day. I mean, they're not great stories, but, just deep, profound memories. Andrew Bailey actually got the win that day. He'd sort of given up the lead. The Red Sox came back to win it in the 9th inning. And on the bus, when things started to break about what had happened at the finish line on Boylston, here's Ryan Kreidler. Here's the pitch, and it's a little bit outside. Boston today, and I'm sure Friday at Fenway, will honor the lives lost. 1-0. Connolly throws, and a fastball outside. And, of course, each of those tragedies equal. Lu Lingji, Crystal Campbell right there at the finish line, and, of course, Sean Collier, the extraordinarily brave police officer. 2-0 is up and away. But I always, Lenny, find myself thinking about Martin Richard. 8-year-old kid, taken way, way too soon. And, most years when the Red Sox honor that awful day, 3-0, is a strike on the outside corner. His family comes out, throws out the first pitch, and it's almost impossible to not break down thinking about that.
It's just an unimaginable situation.
3-1 is just outside, so Connolly loses Kreidler with a 1-out walk. I mean, they've done so much good in his memory, the foundation and wonderful park in his memory, where many kids who continue on this earth could play and celebrate like Martin should have for so many years.
And Will Middlebrooks sitting about 10 feet away from us right now. He's the one that coined Boston Strong, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. Here's Byron Buxton, who takes down and in. Just remarkable courage from all the officers who continued on that manhunt. And then, of course, the most famous speech in Red Sox history from David Ortiz, 1-0. Buxton drives one high into center field, but Cedon says, this is my bleeping baseball. Right in front of the warning track, he's there. And they're 2 away. And that band of characters in 2013, they were so many different personalities. I mean, they had a lot of ability, a lot of chemistry, Lenny. I think that day forever changed that team and that season.
Yeah, it absolutely galvanized them as a team, but also the city itself. The Red Sox squad and the people of Boston really came together.
Here comes Austin Martin. Hard to believe it was 13 years ago. 7-1 Red Sox in the 5th. The pitch is down and in. What I love now, too, Lenny, is that it has, as Larry Lucchino would say, the tincture of time. Now that those years have passed, it can, while recognizing the loss, it can be a celebration. 1-0. We got Marathon Monday, Patriots Day coming up just around the corner this Monday. 1-0 is a beauty from early, a strike on the outside corner. I mean, it starts with the wheelchair marathon and the resilience of so many New Englanders and people who come to our region for that magical race. 1-1. Pitch is a strike. And that was what, in addition to the lives lost, was so terrible about that day, is that forever it's been the celebration in our region. And people were going to the finish line to be a part of that, to feel that life and that energy.
Yeah, Marathon Monday has always been a special day, but now there's just so much more behind it.
And now Wong is to the mound. And I love that that's back. I mean, it really is. You can feel it. Everyone makes the appropriate attended race, starting in Hopkinton early in the morning and all the way down to Kenmore Square and the finish line. They get so supported all along the way. 1-2. 2 down. Pitch is fouled off on the third base side.
You ever run a marathon? Half marathon?
No.
That's just something I just physically don't think I could do.
My knees are not really up for it, personally.
I would love to go out there and do it, but if it's more than a 5K, I'm driving.
1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. And Connolly rolling along. We'll tell you about a member of the Red Sox clubhouse staff that is going to run Heartbreak Hill and been training like a maniac. We'll celebrate him today and on Monday. More on that when we return. Red Sox 7, Twins 1 after 5 in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is our city.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's viore.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
There's nothing like my American Express Platinum Card. I love that I can earn hotel credits when I travel. I can also earn Resi credits, so you know I'm hitting the restaurants everyone's talking about. Plus, with the digital entertainment credit, I'm even more excited to catch my favorite shows. All in all, I can access over $3,500 in annual value with benefits and eligible purchases across travel, entertainment, and more. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-platinum. Enrollment requirements, monthly and other limits and terms apply.
At some health systems, cancer care can make you feel like a number. At South Coast Health Cancer Care, you're more than a diagnosis. We offer the most advanced treatments and the latest surgical advancements, led by a connected team of experts who not only see your cancer, but all of you. Because healing isn't just medicine, it's compassion, it's connection, it's care that knows your story and walks along with you. We are South Coast Health Cancer Care. Visit southcoast.org/cancercare.
Hi, this is Roman Anthony. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Roman Anthony will lead it off in this top of the 6th inning. The Twins have gone to their bullpen. The day is done for Simeon Woods Richardson. Roman batting, takes a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner from the new man on the mound. He's wearing number 42. They have not yet announced him. I think it's Anthony Banda, actually. Pitch is a ground ball up the middle that's going to scoot through for a base hit. So Roman has his 2nd consecutive hit. He's on base for the 3rd time today. 5th time the last 2 games. And 8th time in this series. So Roman is really starting to turn it on. And here comes Cedon.
That's a really important part of Roman's development, too, being able to get base hits off of lefties, keeping that front side in, especially against a guy like Banda, really long arm action.
Good with the Dodgers a year ago. Not pitched great so far, but Twins people think that's because of the cold. He hadn't gripped the ball great yet as Cedon takes a borderline pitch, called a strike, and it's 0-1. Josh Liebenow, the great part of the clubhouse staff back at Fenway Park. He's going to run the marathon this coming Monday. And he's been training with some intent as Cedon is hit by a pitch. Up and in. He's clipped on the left shoulder. And so the Red Sox base runners galore today. Have got 2 on with nobody out. I was talking to Josh back at Fenway. He's been running forever. He's in what the runners will call the tapering phase. He's run all these huge, long 20-mile runs. But now, just kind of slowing down and getting ready for Monday. And he's gone out and done the course. He's run Heartbreak Hill.
It's one thing I've never done in regards to running, tapered.
Yeah, because you don't get ramped up enough. There's nowhere to go but up.
Yep.
Here's Yoshida, 2 on. He takes a breaking ball down and in for ball 1.
And I don't think you actually run. Do you run the full course? I feel like you stop around 18 or 19 and then...
The people that I've talked to, I speak from no expertise. You basically get to about 20 miles.
Yeah.
And that's it. 7-1 Sox as Massa takes a strike. 2 on, none out. And then it is 1-1.
My wife ran one in October. Wish I knew her time, but she did very, very well. Down in Rhode Island, ran one down in Narragansett.
Anybody who can finish it is a hero. And then there are the others, the 1-1 outside the true freaks. I mean, the champions, it's ridiculous. You're basically running 4 to 4.5 minute miles for 26 in a row.
I think she's around a 7-minute mile. Which
Awesome. If I could run 1 in that time, I'd be happy. 2-1 to Massa. Pitch. Swinging a soft ground ball on the first base side. It's handled at second by Keishel. Out of the glove, he flips to first just in time. That was close, but it did beat Yoshida. And now second and third with 1 out for Trevor Story. I applaud anyone who tries it, who finishes it, who trains for it. All the discipline required. We will be cheering them on Monday back home.
Don't forget the carb load.
As you've seen, I usually don't forget that. Here's Trevor. Infield in again with a 6-run deficit for the Twins. A pitch misses outside. That's ball 1. The code word of the game fitting, Jackie Robinson Day. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points.
I'd be out there 20 minutes before the Rays down in fettuccine Alfredo.
You do not have to be nudged to eat.
Nope.
1-0 to Story. Pitch is a good one. A strike on the outside corner. He didn't want that one, though. Good take. 1-1.
Trevor's got a good plan today. Waiting for a pitch he can drive. Seeing a lot of pitches, getting deeper into at-bats.
1-1. Is a check swing. Did he go? The home plate umpire says yes. That's sort of shades of C.B. Buckner. You'd like to see an appeal there, but Malachi Moore says he went around and it's 1-2.
Trevor lost it earlier in the season on CB after calling that.
Well, that was not even close to a swing. This one, maybe borderline. Hitters always want, though, the help of the base umpires. 7-1 Red Sox. Roman at third. Cedon at second. 1-2 to Story. Here's the pitch. Foul back, man. He wants that back. That right there was a slider that hung in the middle of the plate. He wanted his second 3-run homer today.
Yeah, he just missed that. That's a hanger. Oof, especially at 2 strikes. You got to be ready for something off the plate. That was a cookie right there.
So it remains 1-2. Pitch. Popped up. Foul on out of play on the first base side. Understand that on this Jackie Robinson Day, our dear friend Bob Kendrick is fittingly at Dodger Stadium where the Mets will play, and he's going to hold sort of a private ceremony for the players of both teams. I mean, honoring Buck O'Neil, who kept the legacy of Jackie so much at the forefront of our national conscience. Bob is such an ambassador. 1-2 to Story. Pitch. Swinging a drive into right field. It's hit very well. Back on it goes Warner. He can't get it. 2 more runs are going to score. Have a day, Trevor Story. He doubles, and it's 9-1 Red Sox.
Really nice job by Trevor right there, fouling off pitches over and over again, trying to get to that one pitch he can get to. And again, using the opposite field gap between center and right field. When he's able to do that, you know he's seeing the ball well.
Yeah, we saw shades of that in St. Louis going line to line. It's remarkable. He's now got 17 runs batted in. And here now Duran. Red Sox piling it on here today. They needed this one big time. Now Duran takes a strike on the inside corner.
We went and paid Bob a visit last year in Kansas City. I could listen to that man recite the dictionary.
Isn't he incredible?
He really is.
I played golf with him down at Fort Myers, and anytime you're around him is a treat. He's the best dressed man in the world. He has done so much to honor the legacy of the Negro Leagues.
He had a brace on last year. How's he doing? Is it
much better?
Much better?
Yeah.
Good.
0-1. Pitch to Duran is a little bit outside. The private tour that he gives us every year is just off the charts. Encyclopedic memory with charm. He's got a preacher in him, too. And he welcomes all the Sox players who come in each year. And it's a day to really honor his legacy, but most especially Jackie's. The 1-1 is a little bit outside. By now, with the movie 42, and so many other things, the great work of that museum. Most people know the basic framework of Jackie's story. 9-1 Red Sox in the top of the 6th inning. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, foul just outside the line. But we'd be kidding ourselves if we thought that his breaking the color barrier and the subsequent great work throughout Big League Baseball means the end of the story. I mean, just this season, the Texas Rangers placed a statue on the concourse of their stadium from a former Texas Ranger who's recognized as someone who violently opposed integration of schools, which is a decision that's just so hard to understand. Looks like something happened there to the catcher, Jeffers, but it's just one of many examples that go to show that in spite of the great progress we've made, plenty more yet to come.
You know what? You just have to stay diligent, focus on moving forward and learning from the past, evolving as a society.
As we've seen day in and day out in our world, that is sometimes 1 step forward and 2 steps back, but you're right. Keep moving along. Red Sox have moved it along today. They lead 9-1. And still a runner at second base in Trevor Story, the man of the hour. 2-2 to Duran. Here's the pitch, and Duran swings and misses. Slider, and he is gone. Duran has not joined the hit party today. His second strikeout. That'll bring up Monasterio.
Was the best slider from Bandit today. Got to 2 strikes. That started outer third, worked its way off the plate. You know, you have to swing at that.
9 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 5 left for the Red Sox. 1, 2, 2, and 4 for the Twins. They made both their errors on the same play. Monasterio fouls it off. Game score brought to you by Veg ER, the official emergency veterinarian partner of the Boston Red Sox. 0-1. Banda looks to second where Story's got a big lead. The pitch. Swinging a chopper foul. On the third base side, it's 0-2. It's going to be really interesting to watch, for me anyway, Lenny, how in the next week or so the Red Sox navigate Monasterio versus Caleb Durbin, because it feels like every time Monasterio's in there, he hits the ball hard. 0-2. Here's a check swing. He did not go around. A breaking ball misses down and in, and it's 1-2.
You're right. He's a great all-around ball player. Sure-handed, can play all over the infield. You can see today he's hit the ball hard, using the center part of the field.
1-2. Pitch is fouled off. Story, who's driven in 5, leading at second. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com and never re-roof again. And of course, the Red Sox current ownership group has been really upfront and sort of active about the fact that they were sort of cloaked in shame for a long time as the last team to integrate in all of Major League Baseball.
Bumpsy Green.
You got it. 1-2. Pitch is a ground ball on the left side past Story. It's handled by the shortstop Lee. Throws to first in time. The inning is over. It took 12 full years after Jackie broke the barrier for Pumpsy to come to Boston. We're happy he did. We're happy that the Red Sox are rolling in Minneapolis. Trevor Story having a day. It's 9-1 Red Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The R&B Tour, starring Usher Raymond and Chris Brown, uniting 2 of R&B's defining hitmakers, Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. Sign up for artist presale access at RaymondandBrownTour.com.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Get that Amex Gold Card ready. I'm too tired to cook.
We feeling Five Guys or the Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
Earn up to $120 a year in statement credits at participating partners. Up to $10 each month when you pay with the Amex Gold Card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connolly early continuing in the game, and why not? He's been great with a 9-1 lead. His first pitch is down and in. I think it's an interesting conversation for the Red Sox. I mean, that right there was Connolly's 78th pitch. And on the one hand, try to keep the bullpen fresh, but Connolly's arm is such a valuable asset for the Red Sox. Here's a pop-up into shallow right field. Out goes Marcelo. In comes his best friend Roman, and they don't communicate for the first time ever. In the end, Marcelo makes the play, and there's one down.
They're used to texting. Emojis.
I mean, they're attached at the hip. How do they not get that one down?
They'll get over it quickly. It's glad there wasn't a collision.
Roman's, no kidding, Roman's first time out in right field this year. You know, Ryan Jeffers. Anyway, so now 80 pitches about to be thrown by Connolly. His health, his durability this year is just paramount. Here's the pitch, and it is a little bit outside. They pushed him a little bit, including on opening day. That was such a sign of faith from Alex Cora. He threw 96 pitches, then 88 and 86. I would imagine, you know, right around 90, maybe max 95 would be his limit today. Here he throws a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
Well, you can tell he's rolling. You know, there's not a lot of innings where, and he's had some base runners, but there's not a lot of innings where you feel like he's just out there sweating throughout.
I think it's super impressive what he's done. Not only because of what the Twins have lately done to left-handed pitchers, but then he gives up the home run in the first and totally hunkers down.
You know, it's easy after seeing what the Twins have done the first two games to go out there and pitch tentatively. Like, all right, I'm going to start picking on the corner. I got to make the perfect pitch. No, he's done the opposite. He's rolling by going right after them, pitching aggressively.
Here's Josh Bell looking for another high fly ball out as he takes a strike on the inside corner. Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes, your chance to win free groceries for a year, plus other incredible prizes. Get the rules at Shaw's or StarMarket.com. It's a line drive into left, but Duran is right there to make the play. And the inning is over. Connolly is cruising along. That probably will be it for him. He's thrown 84 pitches, but we'll see. 9-1 Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Some crimes are so shocking, they don't just make headlines, they forever change our society. I'm Katie Ring, host of America's Most Infamous Crimes. Each week, I take on one of the most notorious criminal cases. Each case unfolds across multiple episodes, released every Tuesday through Thursday, from the first sign that something was wrong to the moment the truth came out or didn't. Listen to and follow America's Most Infamous Crimes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the 7th inning we go, and Marcelo Meyer leads it off against yet another Twins pitcher, Justin Topa. Landed like a Topa Chico in just a moment as he throws, and Marcelo lines it just straight back and foul on the third base side. 9-1 Red Sox. They've out-hit Minnesota 12-2, and this is a game, man, they dearly needed.
Absolutely. Just a clear shift in momentum coming out of St. Louis, feeling great, struggling really, really rough the last 2 days.
Well, swings of momentum early in the season, too, are so exaggerated as the pitch misses outside. It's 1-1. The Red Sox had won 4 of 5, but then they dropped the first 2 here to go fall 5 below 500. And staring down a homestand with the Tigers and Yankees. 1 strike to Marcelo. The pitch is low and away. Really good swing the last time for Marcelo. Line drive into left. See if he can carry that forward here.
And you love seeing him go the opposite direction. Good count right here. See if you can get a fastball to work with.
2-1. And he grounds it this time hard on the right side to the second baseman Keishel. He flips underhand to Bell. Yeah, there's one away.
The Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. For every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during the 2026 season, the Arbella Insurance Foundation will donate $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good.
Here now, Connor Wong. Just make the flight so much more pleasant. Dinner will taste better. The off day will go by more smoothly for the Sox. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Connolly Early is done, by the way. He was in the dugout, all smiles with Andrew Bailey. Anthony Cerundolo got the big hug from Alex Cora, and he was an animal today when they really needed him to be. 0-1 is a ground ball to short. Lee has got it. He throws to first and very quickly 2 down.
Yeah,
he's such a young man. He's so poised, didn't he, Len?
He stepped up. He stepped up when they needed him most. You know, it's just a really, really cerebral pitcher out there. I can see him thinking every pitch, knowing what he wants to throw, and he's not afraid to shake off. Conviction, that's what you want.
I thought you made a really good point from the jump, which he often does. He was working quickly today. He knew what he wanted to do. Here's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who's seen a lot of pitches today. He takes a strike on the outside corner.
That's how you counteract an aggressive approach. If you have hitters up there that are running to the bat rack that are feeling really good, you know what? Change up their timing by hurrying up, going right after them.
0-1. IKF takes the ball outside. So now it is 1-1. How great is Baseball Savant? They track everything in every game. So now I can go see exactly how many pitches Izzy Kiner-Falefa has seen. The 1-1 is a check swing dribbler down the first base line, but foul. It is 1-2. So now 3 in this at bat. He has seen 20 today. It's awesome in 3 at bats.
It's good. You're putting pressure on the pitcher, making him come to you.
Speaking of Baseball Savant, I was able to look back and check out Cedon's year-over-year swing percentage. Much better, especially on the first pitch. 1-2. 2 down, bases empty in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. And it is outside. So last year, Cedon swung at the first pitch 49% of the time. This year, 38%, which is still pretty high rate, but way down. 2-2. Making good contact.
That's all information that starting pitchers have as well.
3-2. Outside ball for nice job by Kiner-Falefa. He's on base for the 3rd time. 2 infield hits and a walk. And that brings up Roman.
If you know a batter's up there, super aggressive first pitch, why not just throw him something with some wrinkle on it, something off the plate, have a 0-2 approach from the get-go, let him get himself out.
Yankees will finish their series tonight with the Angels. Heel Novich for the Angels. As Roman lines one into center field, sinking, but Buxton on the run is there to make the play. Roman's ready to take off. Inning is over. We go to the 7th inning stretch, which is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. All 7s after 6-1-7. Bottom 7 next. I think it's Coulomb coming out of the bullpen. 9-1 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
The R&B Tour, starring Usher Raymond and Chris Brown, uniting 2 of R&B's defining hitmakers, Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. Sign up for artist presale access at RaymondandBrownTour.com.
Not in Boston doesn't mean you can't follow the Sox like a local.
The Greg Hill Show goes beyond the national headlines, breaking down lineups, pitching decisions, and roster moves the way someone in the dugout might see.
Every rotation tweak, bullpen usage, and matchup explained with perspective only hometown voices can give you.
Boston sports talk with attitude and honesty. Whether you're in the city or following the Sox from anywhere, we tell it like it is.
Follow The Greg Hill Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your pods.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is Danny Coulomb. Really good so far for the Red Sox. This will be a little less stressful than some of his other outings. Red Sox lead 9-1 in the bottom of the 7th. The first hitter is Victor Caratini. And he takes pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Told you the Yankees with Heel on the mound. Close out their series with the Angels tonight in the Bronx. Wild one a couple nights ago. Judge and Trout going back-to-back. Yankees won that one on a wild pitch. Last night, all Angels. 0-1. High with a fastball. Rivalry report brought to you by River Spring Residences. Setting a new standard for memory care in New York City. 833-79-RIVER. riverspringresidences.org/radio to schedule a tour. 1-1. Coulomb throws. Fouled on the first base side. Cardinals lead the Guards 4-1. It's in the top of the 7th at Busch Stadium. Later tonight, Royals and Tigers. Big matchup in the AL Central, which the Twins currently lead 1-2. Fouled on the third base side. Subaru New England scoreboard. Let love bloom in a 26 Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Paul Taboni's Washington Nationals were the surprise team of the first couple of weeks. They've cooled off a little bit, in large part because they've had to go to Pittsburgh, where the Pirates have been so good. 1-2's a chopper to short. Story's got it. A worm burner, leaping to throw to first in time. And Caratini is out number 1.
Did not have that on my bingo card.
No. Well, there are a lot of mirages early in the season.
Sure.
Marlins are at the Braves later tonight. Paddock and Elder. Cubs and Phillies, Imanaga and Luzardo. Here's Matt Wallner, left-handed hitter with one down. Coulomb has been very impressive. Fires strike one on the outside corner.
doing exactly what you want to do when you come out of the bullpen, going right after hitters, changing speeds, but staying on the aggressive approach.
0-1. Ground ball on the right side. It's handled nicely by Monasterio. He'll take it himself. Another 2 down. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Every Nissan is designed for people who refuse to settle for less. Take life by the wheel and drive it like you mean it. Visit nissanusa.com or your local dealer. White Sox conclude their series with the Rays today as right-handed hitting Brooks Lee takes strike one on the inside corner. Last night was a very hyped night for the Sox as their phenom young pitcher Noah Schultz came up. He was outdueled by Shane McClanahan. A pitch is a strike on the inside corner. And just like that, it's 0-2. Noah Schultz, 6'10". McClanahan back in the big leagues and rolling along. But they'll limit his innings all year. Tampa, 0-2, fouled off on the third base side.
6'10". That's just like handing the ball to the catcher's mitt at that point.
Gets on you quick, right?
What was Randy? Randy was up there.
Yeah, maybe 6'9".
6'9"?
Lou Merloni could tell you. He homered off of the big unit.
I'd put that on my driver's license.
Here's a foul. Lou's funny. He often says, I got him, but I wouldn't exactly say I put him in my book. It's more like a pamphlet. 6'10" was Randy. Truly the big unit. I mean, I think it's not that hard to argue he's the most dominant left-handed pitcher of all time. 0-2. Pitch. Foul. I mean, you so often think of lefties as, crafty, having guile. I mean, Koufax threw hard, great curveball, but, Glavine, Steve Carlton, the best slider of all time. Even guys like Pettit. 0-2 from Coulomb to Lee. The pitch is in the dirt, a breaking ball. That's what made Randy so special. I mean, he had one of the great sliders of all time and one of the best fastballs ever.
And there was that factor that you just didn't quite know where this ball was going to go. He threw strike, but you look at his face. And like, is he about to drill me in the ear?
The all-time definition of effectively wild. Remember John Kruk turning his helmet backwards in the All-Star game. 1-2 is popped up. Foul at first, and it's going to get over the dugout, out of play.
Talk about an uncomfortable at-bat.
Oh.
Imagine that coming from behind you.
No thanks. And then it ends up on the outside corner.
It's the only saving grace is if it did hit me, then I wouldn't have known any better. That bird didn't.
No, it didn't.
Didn't know it hit it.
Quick death out in spring training. 1-2. Pitch fouled off. I mean, Clayton Kershaw is an inner circle Hall of Famer. He just hung it up last year. Was with the WBC Team USA. And I mean, earlier in his career, Kershaw threw hard, not Johnson hard. You got to be careful when you say that. 1-2 pitch is fouled off on the right field side. Out of play, and it remains 1-2. 9-1 Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th.
Randy.
That always makes me think of Austin Powers. I'll stay. Sir, you have 6. I also like to live dangerously. Here's a swing and a ground ball foul outside of third. And it's 1-2. I never forget. It's one of those comedies you had no expectations, sort of like Napoleon Dynamite and a couple others. You go to the theater, you watch it, and you cannot believe how hilarious that movie was. The 1-2 is a chopper foul on the third base side.
There's that one, and Anchorman did it for me. I was crying, literally crying in the theater when I saw Anchorman.
The thing is, there's so many great lines in that movie, most of which we can't quote on our air. Play a little jazz flute instead. 1-2. The pitch is fouled off as Brooks Lee stays classy, and he's really battling Danny Coulomb. San Diego.
Tuesday's arms and back. It's boring, but it's part of my life.
Many leather-bound books. My home reeks of deep mahogany. The 1-2 is a chopper to short. Story's got it. He's kind of a big deal. He throws to first, and the inning is over. We go to the 8th, 9-1 Red Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I don't know what we're yelling about!
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Hey y'all, I'm Maddie. And I'm Poodle. And together we host the podcast Reality Gaze.
We are 2 ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than talking about reality television and tearing in a new one.
So whether it's 90 Day Fiancé, Love is Blind, Love After Lockup, or any other trash TV show about lonely hearts looking for love, your gay besties got you covered, y'all.
New shows every week. Follow and listen to Reality Gaze wherever you get your podcast.
Reality Gaze, let's love!
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Falling school, feel the air, back to school, ring the bell, burn the shoes, walking blues.
Joe Braverman is on fire. As we come back for the 8th inning, Cedon leads it off 9-1 Red Sox. And he swings and drives the first pitch high and deep down the right field line, slicing foul just shy of the pole. In a hockey-crazed city and state, the Twins have basically made a line change defensively. They want to get their veterans off their feet in a game that is well out of hand. Cedon is 1 for 2 with a walk today. He's also been hit by a pitch. First, he looks at a cutter down and in, and it's 1-1. I wonder what the odds are that Cedon Rafael has ever seen Napoleon Dynamite. 1-1 is fouled. Back to the screen. They have it available on demand on the airplane we take, so I might just say he needs to check it out.
Just plug it in and be like, sit down, sit here,
is you.
Watch this.
Oh,
Would you get it? Would kids these days get it? And I say kids, but you know what?
Young men.
Young men.
Yeah. 1-2. Low. They're into all kinds of different anime, like feature stuff that I would never watch. Spent it with my uncle in Alaska hunting wolverines. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Cedon swings and misses. He is gone. That was good. And he is gone. It'll bring up Massa.
What was the llama's name? Tina? Oh, you know, I like an animal named after just like a regular person name.
Doesn't he yell at the llama, eat the food, as Massa takes a pitch down and away for ball 1. I'm sure that a young Lenny DiNardo at one point in his life said he could throw a football over those mountains. Here's the 1-0 to Massa, and a foul almost took the brim of the helmet off of Trevor's Story. And it's 1-1. Joe Braverman, our great executive producer, tells us there's a lot of Braverman family lore around Napoleon Dynamite. His dad once was given a vote for Pedro's shirt, I think, for Christmas, as the 1-1 pitch misses up and in, and it's 2-1.
Your grandma broke her coccyx. That was a good one. That's
fouled off.
Like four-wheeling.
Yoshida spoils it back to the screen. I'll tell you what, it's good to laugh. The Red Sox have needed a game like this.
9-1.
It's,
yes, sir.
In the words of Judge Smales, it's easy to grin when your ships come in. The 2-2 is line foul. He stays alive on a fastball in the outside half, and it's 2-2. And again, the swings early in these seasons with so much pressure in our market, high expectations. It just feels so heavy early to start this year. 2-2 is a liner foul outside of third. It is nice to feel a little lightness, Lenny, and as you know, it's the only way to play this game.
Absolutely. I tell you, the momentum shift from the first two games to today is palpable. I mean, really, what a better approach at the plate.
Here he swings and misses, does Yoshida, and he is gone. So a couple of strikeouts.
But it all starts with starting pitching. Connolly early went out there and absolutely pitched ahead in the count continually throughout the day, went right after the hitters.
By the way, too busy quoting Napoleon Dynamite to tell you that the new pitcher is Cody Funderburk. What a name that is. Here's Trevor's story. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 9-1 Red Sox in the top of the eighth. Cody Funderburk. 0-1. Trevor skies one into right field. Hit very well. Back onto the warning track goes Wallner, and right there in front of the wall, he makes the play. But Trevor looking great at the plate. And the inning is over. Trevor tells Funderburk, you cannot have my tots, get your own. We go to the bottom of the eighth inning, 9-1 Red Sox. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle-tested. Its frame is twisted. Its door slammed 13,920 times. And its bed drop-tested over and over. We do all that to the V6-powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
The R&B Tour, starring Usher Raymond and Chris Brown, uniting two of R&B's defining hitmakers, Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. Sign up for artist presale access at raymondandbrowntour.com.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Garrett Whitlock, who has not thrown very often of late, is on as we go to the bottom of the eighth inning. Ryan Kreidler, right-handed hitter, is in there, and he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, and it's 0-1. 9-1 Red Sox. Pitch outside. It's not a guarantee that Chapman will throw today. He was in last night, but you do have the off day tomorrow. He hadn't thrown for a week. I would expect him to be on the mound in the ninth inning. 1-1, foul on the first base side. I talked to Garrett before the game today. He said things back at home are settling down a little bit, starting to get a little bit more sleep, which you know means like a 90-minute stretch at a time.
Oh, yeah. Tell you what, lack of sleep, pitching in a big league uniform.
Not easy. The 1-2 fouled back to the screen.
I'm sure he has help.
Yeah, apparently mother-in-law coming to town soon, so we're thinking about them. We've all been there. I mean, it's the greatest blessing in the world, and it is absolutely exhausting. 1-2, quick pitch, a little bit low, yet it's 2-2.
Yeah, Witt's got to get in there. This is another one of those guys in the back end of the bullpen that needs to stay fresh. Hasn't gotten the opportunity to get out there.
2-2, swing and a miss. No signs of fatigue right there. That was awesome. Good slider, and there's one away. Red Sox, as we told you, 9-1 they lead. Check of the score brought to you by Veg ER for Pets, the official emergency vet group of the Red Sox radio network. Veg ER could have been called upon for that bobcat you showed us down in Kingston, Rhode Island the other day.
Oh, yeah. It's unfortunately expired on the side of the road, but I stopped to take a look at it. Just a beautiful animal.
You are so weird. Cody Clemens takes a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Pitch is right there again on the outside corner. Whitlock, there's like 5 seconds between pitches here. This is catch and throw, and now Clemens, realizing that, steps out and wants to slow him down.
I love the tempo. Up-tempo, rock and fire. Don't wait around.
0-2. 1 out. Bottom 8, the pitch. Just low. I was telling you about the alligator preserve with the bizarre show that was so amazing with the tour guide putting his chin on the jaw of the gator. They also had this amazing Bengal tiger. It was just walking around. I couldn't take my eyes off it. 1-2 misses outside. The size of it, the beauty, the grace of it all. I mean, it just sitting there in a preserve in Naples, Florida.
Sure it wasn't a liger?
Canned heat, as that's a strike on the outside corner from Whitlock, and he retires Cody. And Garrett looking like Cody's dad there, and they're 2 away.
I can't tell the difference between a tiger and a liger. I don't know if you can.
It's a liger. Tina. Here's Austin Martin, right-handed hitter. Fastball misses inside. You owe me a Shaw's read in a moment, Lenny.
Okay.
1-0. Garrett on the first base side of the slab throws, and a ground ball up the middle is going to shoot through for a base hit. And it's a 2-out single for Austin Martin.
Shaw's and Star Market have your chance to attend the world's biggest soccer games at Boston Stadium. Learn more at shaws.com or starmarket.com/soccer sweeps.
Told you they made line changes, the Twins. Tristan Gray is the first baseman. This is James Outman, who takes a strike on the outside corner. Continuing with the theme of menagerie, they tell us on the video board Outman has 2 dogs named Ghost and Rookie.
See, those are dog names.
Yeah. Unlike Rory and whatever it was last night, is a swing and a foul on the third base side, 0-2.
It's like Greg or something.
Here are my dogs, Rory and Steve. Outman is batting for Byron Buxton, who had a tremendous series but was 0 for 3 today. 2 down, bottom 8. Whitlock throws, and he misses in the dirt with a slider. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Cody Clemens came on for Keishel at second base. And Gray relieved Bell at first. Fun day at the yard. Much needed for the Red Sox. 1-2, the pitch. Down and in, and that's dropped by Wong. It was a changeup. It was in the dirt. And it'll advance the runner up to second. See how they score it. It is a wild pitch.
Yeah, just kind of yank that glove side with the changeup. That's one you want to stay on the inside of. Let it move the opposite direction away from a left-handed batter.
2-2, the pitch. Line foul, third base side. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Every Nissan designed for people who refuse to settle for less. So take life by the wheel and drive it like you mean it. NissanUSA.com. Or, of course, visit your local dealer. There's a pitch that misses to Outman. And it's 3-2. I wouldn't be surprised if a non-Chapman reliever got up real soon here. I mean, the Red Sox have an 8-run lead. You don't want Whitlock throwing many more pitches, and he walked him with a high fastball. 20 pitches now thrown. I think, Lenny, the same logic applies for setup guys as it does closers, where this is not easy mentally for Whitlock to truly lock it in.
Yeah, it looks like he might be going to at least talk to the umpire. I'm not sure what that's about.
This might be the old stall tactic by Alex Cora. And it had just now gotten somebody up in the Red Sox bullpen.
I can't imagine him throwing more than one more batter at 20 pitches right now, even with the day off tomorrow.
But actually, this looks more like a debate. And I bet you Alex is asking about the lineup here. Because, when they made the defensive changes, you have to announce them. And they did not put people straight changes into positions. It was assumed, I think, by the Red Sox bench that guys would go position per position in the batting order, and that did not happen. And so Alex just came out, I think, to get a little clarification, because Clemens hit for Buxton. He's at second base instead of center field. And then the center fielder, Outman, batted for the second baseman, Keishel. So I'm pretty certain that's what Alex was coming to talk about. Here now, Ryan Jeffers, 2 on, 2 out. I would think this is Whitlock's last hitter as a pitch misses outside for ball 1. And it's a good time to do that. I bet you Alex wasn't even really that concerned about that, but he wanted to buy the bullpen a little time.
Smart play. Good opportunity to go talk to him.
Blooper behind first base. Long run back for Monasterio. He will make a basket catch. Spectacular behind the bag. Not missing Contreras today, at least. Nicely job by the kid they call Mona. 9-1 after 8. Sox lead on the Shaw's and Star Market. WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
I'm Susie Welch, the host of Becoming You, a podcast where I help you stop living by default and start living by design. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. We know some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Frontier is not only powerful and fun to drive, but it's durable too. We added the V6 engine, so when you need that power in the off-road, it's there. I know, we've tested it a lot. Now get out there and find your Frontier.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on select 2026 Frontier trims. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 0% APR for 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualified. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 5/4/26.
Hey. It's top of the 9th inning. Eric Orsi makes his second appearance of the series. Duran, then Monasterio. As a breaking ball misses just outside, and then Marcelo Meyer.
The catcher is challenging the call of ball.
You got to be serious. Come on. It's 9-1, and he's challenging the first pitch. And he's wrong.
The call is confirmed. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
I mean, on the one hand, look, it's a competitive endeavor. These pitchers and catchers are starting to figure out the zone, but that, to me, is a little much. 1-0 to Duran. Trying to get himself back on track. The pitch is low. No challenge there, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Duran trying to get on the board with a base hit today. A couple strikeouts, fly out and a ground ball. See him use that opposite field approach.
2-0 is outside. He launched a home run in that really tough opening game of this series. I think this is one of those times when Alex Cora would tell Jaron, be selfish. Have a you at bat. 3-0. Let it go. If you find one you like, 3-0 is not exactly what he was looking for. He has a fastball right there, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, that was the one to do damage on right there. About belt high, straight fastball.
3-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And that one was a little bit further up and away from him. And it's 3-2. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Every Nissan designed for people who refuse to settle for less. So take life by the wheel and drive it like you mean it. Visit nissanusa.com or your local dealer. 9-1 Sox in the ninth. Pitch. Duran swings and misses. That's an at-bat that will frustrate him so much. He's gone. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Lenny DiNardo, top 9, 1 out. Red Sox having fun today as Andrew Monasterio takes a pitch inside for ball 1, and it's not going to be Chapman. It's Ryan Watson up in the pen. You totally understand that. Save Chapman for the Tigers and the Yankees. Come to Fenway starting on Friday. 1-0 is high and in. It's that unique time of year, Lenny, where you have that 4-game wraparound series with the Tigers. Game 2 will be Tarek Skubal on the mound. The Red Sox will also see Framber Valdez. So their work cut out when we get home. 2-0, the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. And it's 2-1.
Yeah, that schedule coming up is no joke. A lot of AL East teams coming in. Baltimore after New York, Toronto right after that. And you got Houston again.
2-1. Is aboard for Marcelo Meyer.
Tell you what, for a guy who doesn't get a ton of playing time, he's absolutely seeing the ball today.
He is. And Lenny, again, it's going to be one of these moments for Alex Cora, who oftentimes wants to stick with guys he believes in, like Durbin, try to get them going. But Monasterio's making a case. Here is a ground ball to second. That might be a double play. Over to second for 1. Throw to first. Meyer is doubled off, and the inning is over. Bottom 9 next. Ryan Watson try to close this thing down. 8-run Red Sox lead on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The right window treatments change everything. Your sleep, your privacy, the way every room looks and feels. At Blinds.com, we've spent 30 years making it surprisingly simple to get exactly what your home needs. We've covered over 25 million windows and have 50,000 5-star reviews to prove we deliver. Whether you DIY it or want a pro to handle everything from measure to install, we have you covered. Real design professionals, free samples, zero pressure. Right now, get up to 45% off site-wide, plus get a free professional measure at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions apply.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
What's up, little psychos? I'm Investigator Slater, host of the Psychopedia podcast. Psychopedia is a true crime podcast delivering raw, real, and absolutely gripping episodes every single week. I dig deep to uncover fascinating details of heinous true crime cases while exploring criminology and psychology theories. I take you into the absolute darkest corners of the human psyche, my favorite territory, and present cases like you've never heard them before. Follow and listen to Psychopedia everywhere you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Ryan Watson, for the second time in this series, comes on with a lopsided score, but this is much more pleasant. The Red Sox leading 9-1, 3 outs away from salvaging the series finale. Overall, I think the Red Sox very pleased with what Watson has given them. seems to be increasing his velocity, pounding the strike zone. And here, to begin the bottom of the ninth inning, he'll face Sonny Gray. First pitch, swung on and missed. There you go, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Pitching change brought to you by JetBlue. Proud to be the official airline of Boston sports. Book now at JetBlue.com.
Yeah, Watson's a guy where historically his fastball gets better throughout the season.
0-1, a little bit low. Was it like that for you when the weather warmed up?
I'm still waiting for my fastball to come.
You showed us a couple of at-bats you had yesterday, including a near infield single against Tom Glavine as a pitch misses DeGray up and away, 2-1.
My one hit was off Matt Cain, but I'm just as proud as that ground ball to second base off Glavine. I almost speed it out.
You were busting it down the line. 2-1 pitch. Line drive into left field, that's a base hit. Of course, Glavine later in that game would double off of you, wouldn't he?
He absolutely did. I sent the ball over the next day to get signed, and he graciously sent it back.
Did you really?
I did. This is a guy that I just idolized as a kid.
Well, and now his brother Mike doing an incredible job at Northeastern. You know, New England college baseball is in sort of a renaissance right now. Victor Caratini now batting from the left side. He takes a little bit low from Watson, ball one. 9-1 Red Sox. This game turned around in the third inning. Defensive miscue and then a 3-run homer from Trevor Story. Here's a pitch that misses, but called a strike on the outside corner. Beg your pardon. And it's 1-1. Trevor's had himself a day. He's driven in 5 runs. 1-1. Next one. Now that one I know for sure did miss. And it is 2-1.
He got a little rotational. What that means, he front side flies out a little bit, causes his arm to cast out. He's got to continue pitching on that lane going toward home plate.
2-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Sounds like pitching lessons brought to you by Lenny DiNardo.
Good adjustment right there. You know, that front side has a lot to do with that back arm. Got to keep it in there.
Time called. So funny, even with my little son, something like keeping that glove tucked into your left side a little bit longer, just one fraction longer, makes it easier to land strikes. 2-2. Double play depth behind Watson. The pitch just misses outside, breaking ball. And it's 3-2. Caratini has singled, been hit by a pitch, and here he lines one in to right field. It hangs up, though, for Roman. About 5 feet in front of the warning track. He's there to make the play. There's one away. Red Sox baseball on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, the official truck of the Red Sox, the official car of Major League Baseball. I've been negligent in replying to the Red Sox PR team about who we might want to chat with in the postgame. As Matt Wallner takes a strike. It is 0-1. The jerks over on the TV side want to hog Trevor's Story, so we got to make a choice here. I think maybe Lenny's on to something with Monasterio as a swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2.
Different perspective. Guy did a good job on both sides of the ball today, hitting the ball. Really good defensive play as well.
One down, one on. Bottom 9. 9-1 Red Sox. Wallner 0 for 3 today. The pitch. High and outside. It'll be fascinating to watch the Twins continue here. I mean, they will be at Fenway in the middle of May. They were on an absolute heater coming in. The first 2 games, tremendous. But they are sort of at a crossroads as a franchise in a lot of ways. 1-2, the pitch is down and in from Watson, and it's 2-2. They got a lot of valuable assets, starting with Joe Ryan, Ryan Jeffers, Byron Buxton, who's just been brilliant in this series. I mean, after the fire sale at the deadline, they're sort of facing one of two big choices. The 2-2 is low. They moved on from Derek Falvey. Boston kid in the offseason. They've got a whole new baseball ops department. And if they go real south by the time of the trade deadline, I could see them absolutely rebooting. They don't look like a team that'll do that now, though. The 3-2 is outside, and that's ball 4. But again, these early parts of seasons can be a total mirage, and it could look so different a month from now.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out what your identity is, and you can't let 12, 15 games really tell you who you are as a team. Yeah, you're going to go through stints throughout the season where you feel like you're the 27 Yankees, and other times you're not there.
Here's Brooks Lee, who swings and fouls it off on the first base side.
It just takes time to figure that out, right? Get into the groove.
Well, and it is the MO of the modern baseball GM to go hard one direction or the other. I think they all sort of think that being in between is the worst choice you could make. 0-1, 2 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch from Watson. Strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-2. This is one of those days, Lenny, I bet you experience. I mean, Watson, he had to really grind through after Crochet got hit so hard on Monday. And now a game the complete opposite direction. He's in there. The 0-2 is a chopper foul. This is not easy on his arm or his mind, I would imagine.
No, your role right now when you're up by 8 runs in the 9th inning is fill up the zone. Last thing you want to do is put somebody on via the walk at this point.
0-2 to Brooks Lee. Sox lead by 8 in the 9th, and a slider misses. Is that pitch harder to land when your arm might be a little more tired?
Only because when you're tired, your mechanics start to fail a little bit.
Watson has now thrown 16 pitches. Here's a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Duran and Cedon come together. It's picked up by Cedon, but a run scores, and Brooks Lee drives one home. It is 9-2. Well, for a long while here, once Alex Cora and Andrew Bailey made the choice to go with Watson, he's going to be out there. So a guy who is now pitching for the 8th time in the Red Sox 18th game has a visit from Connor Wong. Try to slow things down. The attendance today, best crowd of the series, 21,276, is always brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Find the location nearest you at crispycrunchychicken.com.
Watson did a good job of getting the 2 strikes that last at bat to Brooks Lee, but just left the sweeper kind of up over the middle of the plate.
So a run in. It's now 9-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. First and second for the Twins. Here's Ryan Kreidler. Watson throws. And a high drive in a deep left field. This thing is pounded. It is way back, and it is gone. A 3-run homer. Well, that will alter the bullpen plans for sure. It is 9-5. The Red Sox had Zach Kelly up and throwing in their bullpen. I think number 44 is going to start to throw right now.
Yeah, he's getting loose. He's fighting something mechanically right now. With the breaking balls, he's not getting them over. Because of that, they're looking sinker, first pitch, in ambush mode. That's where he did his damage.
And again, it's the big leagues, but this is asking a lot of a guy in his first major league season. But situations often dictate this, and now Andrew Bailey is going to come to the mound, and this, clear as day, is an opportunity to buy more time for the bullpen. No sign of Chapman throwing right now. It is still Greg Weissert actually out there. So maybe if Watson allows one more base runner, we could see Weissert on the mound. What a series Ryan Kreidler's having. 2 home runs and 5 driven in.
Not bad from the 9-hole.
Still a pretty comfortable lead. Weissert continuing to throw out there. 1 out, bottom 9. 4 Twins runs in as Watson spins a slider in there. Actually, a curveball, I beg your pardon, for strike 1.
That's the finish he's looking for right there, getting it out front. A lot more depth on that pitch than we've seen throughout today.
Here's a pitch that misses outside. The PA here just told us it was Zach Kelly. I think
the
it
batter
is.
is challenging the call of strike.
And here now, a challenge on a first pitch strike from Cody Clemens, and he gets it wrong. It is a strike.
The call is confirmed. Minnesota has no challenges remaining.
So, that one beautifully done by Watson, and it is 0-2. Pitch is high in the air into center field, but it'll hang up in front of the warning track. Cedon squares around, backpedals, and makes the play. And the 2 down. I think it is Weissert, by the way. I think the Minnesota folks have boxed that one around a little bit. And I do know that to his left, Aroldis Chapman is throwing. But he will totally downshift right now. There's no reason to get him totally hot with a 4-run lead and 2 outs. Here's Austin Martin. Ryan Watson throws, and a swing and a foul off the front foot. And that is strike 1.
Watson needs to continue to go out there pounding the strike zone. That's a fastball, kind of fouled it off his left foot. If I'm Watson, I'm throwing that again. I'm trying to get inside. There's always a little bit of hesitation when a guy fouls it off his foot.
0-1 to Martin. Pitch. He's on it with you. Up and in, and it's 1-1. 2 down, bottom 9. 9-5 Red Sox. Watson throws, and a strike on the outside corner. Really good slider, and Boston is 1 strike away.
That was a borderline pitch. Really executed at the bottom of the zone, but because they don't have any challenges left, there's no recourse.
Martin's had a big day at the plate. 1-2 is the count. The pitch is swung on and popped up into shallow center field. Meyer out, Cedon in. Rafaela makes the play, and the ball game is over. The Red Sox way. They beat the Twins here today 9-5. Trevor Story drives in 5 runs. Connolly early was a stopper horse, and the Red Sox salvage the finale and go home with a 500 road trip through St. Louis and Minnesota. Nissan postgame show is next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
For years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast. Available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
Roofing contractors, GAF Timberline HDC shingles deliver the look homeowners want and the performance you need. With a strike zone nailing area, installation is fast and accurate. Riverhead Building Supply, the team that's ready, proven, trusted. Learn more at rbscorp.com.
The R&B Tour, starring Usher Raymond and Chris Brown, uniting two of R&B's defining hitmakers, Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. Sign up for artist presale access at raymondandbrowntour.com.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is the Nissan postgame show. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Big win for the Red Sox in a spot they desperately needed it. 9-5 in Minneapolis. It would not have been possible without the guy who joins us from the Red Sox dugout, Andrew Monasterio. And Mona, tremendous to talk to you. You're thrown into the fire today. You really delivered. Just on a team perspective first, what does it feel like to be a part of a win you had to have?
Yeah, so how you say is the most important thing is the win. So happy for the guys. Deliveries today, so 500 road trip. It's good to be back home. It's nice to play at Fenway, so these home stamps like play above 500 and keep going.
Andrew, you've been really good off the bench this season so far with the Red Sox. How does your approach change versus when you feel like you're going to get one at-bat at the end of the game versus a game like today when you're getting up there 4 times?
I feel like my last 2 years, it's part of my role, when I get Trey, AC, and Cray tell me, I'm going to do the same thing I have been doing with the Brewers. So I think it's my routine is my same routine the last 3 years. So I think I'm always ready for anything they ask me, first base, second base. Even I have been practicing the outfield, so I'm always ready, always in the cage during the game. So you don't know when AC need me. The last game in St. Louis, I was up 3 times. I think I'm gonna pinch hit, but I never did it. So I have to be ready at any moment of the game. So I think my last 3 years have been the same. So I think it's have been the same for the last 3 years. So I'm ready for it.
They tell us you do such a good job communicating, being ready for every spot. I was struck the other night, Andrew, when the team is trailing by a bunch and you come up late in the game, I think it was the 9th inning, and you'd seen the ball well and you struck out and you were so upset with yourself. Yeah. How do you find that fire to focus so hard on every at bat?
Yeah, I was mad because it was pitched right down the middle and I was on time. I was perfect timing by misses that happen sometimes in baseball. But I was mad because of that, not for the strikeout, because you're gonna strike out. That's fine, but when you put a good swing, a good effort, you expect a result, But it's baseball, so I think I was mad because I missed that pitch. I can drive, but at the end of the day, how you say, always ready. That day I get a RBI single and also good at bat. So it's something made me happy because all the work I put on get the result,
In the 8th inning, you made a great basket catch at first base, running backwards. Is that one of the most difficult plays to make out there in the infield?
Yeah, so I think in the infield, maybe, yeah, it's one of those. But I think I get with the high choppers. High choppers, I think, is harder. I think so. Yeah, high choppers. Because, in high choppers, it depends also the field. If the field is soft, if the field is hard, it's something you can't control. But with the pop-outs, it's something you can control, move your feet, be behind the ball, and you're gonna be good.
Andrew, we appreciate the time. It's been a delight to talk to you here and to get to know you a little bit here. Well, can you just tell us one last thing before we let you celebrate? Where do you get all this spirit, this joy for life in baseball? Where does that come from?
To be honest, it's part of my grind. Because when I signed, nobody expect playing the big leagues. So I got my story, So I always enjoy every day, It's in the big leagues, it's the best baseball in the world. So you have to enjoy it and also be happy, I feel nobody can play in the big leagues, not everybody play in the big leagues. So if you have the honor to play in the big leagues, you'll have to be happy.
What a great perspective. It's so fun to watch you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, get in there and celebrate. And the Red Sox, boy, did they need this game so bad. Story, Monasterio, and Connolly early, the 3 stars. And they'll celebrate this one and have a happy flight back to Boston. We'll continue with the Nissan postgame show right after this on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Okay, close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new